Dynamite, he didn't do too well. Took that from him. He had the heartstring. You got all this shit coming out. All these people getting released. You releasing all his talent in NXT.
People he built up.
Yo, Vince paid.
You called up his stars and made them look like assholes.
Bearcat Lee. Why? Karrion Kross. You just dog him out. You got him jobbing to Jeff Hardy.
Bro.
First night. Come on. He had to go, bro. Yeah, he had to go, bro. You taking people now who at AEW, and Tony Khan is using these people to where they should have been used in WWE. He got right on the phone. Hey, Karrion, come on back. I didn't even see. I heard he was coming back, but the way that they presented it, that was cold.
Out of nowhere.
The way they're doing everything but Hit Row is
I'm not fucking with Hit Row.
I'm not, because it's Swerve shit. It's Swerve, bro.
All right, wait.
Whose house?
What? I won't talk about Swerve.
At Swerve's house.
But I'm saying the group without him is just.
But what was he really?
He was the leader.
And I only say that is because it wasn't a situation where Hit Row took off, then they got fired, then they brought him back. You be like, okay, well, the missing link was Swerve. They hadn't even got really off the ground yet as far as
because who was running the show? Who was running the show?
So
Vince McMahon.
We can't say Swerve is the missing piece.
But he was though, because when they were in full sale,
anybody could do Swerve's job.
You make it seem like Swerve is
exactly
like Oscar from Men on a Mission or something.
Like he me or somebody. Like, come on, bro. Like Swerve was the engine of the group. That's his baby, bro.
Yeah, I gotta give you that.
That's Swerve's house.
That was Swerve. We all said that one.
Whatever, man.
Like Swerve is the missing piece. That's why Hit Row ain't gonna be.
Like when they did their rap song on Friday, I cut that shit off. Like that shit was whack, bro.
Whack as fuck. Whack as fuck. And I'm okay with corny shit, but that was.
I'm not okay with corny shit.
We are. If you are a fan of Dwayne Johnson, you're definitely okay with corny shit.
Like that was too much.
I mean, but that was too corny,
because
bro.
when you go look at Dog's career, he couldn't get none of that shit off.
Them bars was not written. You couldn't get a ghostwriter.
They wrote that shit.
You couldn't got.
They wrote that shit.
You could have went and got trademark. He ain't doing nothing right now.
I would kill me. His Top Dollar really thought he
got his shit off.
He be thinking he be eating out there. Like, who out of the top? Everybody.
He said it's Kobe beef. That means 24 hours a day, 8 days a week. I was like, bro, cut it out.
Stop it.
Cut it out.
Stop it.
B5, cut it out.
These are the people that y'all wanted back then.
We didn't ask for Hit Row.
Nobody asked for Hit Row.
Nobody asked for Hit Row.
Hit Row just happened to be at the crib.
I did not ask for Hit Row.
Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
I was actually hoping.
This is what happened.
The internet got to take this L because when Hit Row got fired, oh my God, they was undeserving. They shouldn't have been fired.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
And now they came back. You
like,
what happened? Hey, you motherfuckers can
Triple
stay
H
where y'all was.
at the gas station to go ahead and fill up his Lexus on his way back to Connecticut.
They was rapping at the
and he happened to see Top Dollar behind the counter. And he was like, hey, don't I know you from somewhere? And he was like, yeah, man, I used to work there. It's like, hey, you was the nigga in the back that was causing problems, right? He's like, man, I really wasn't causing problems. See, man, they just didn't understand what I was trying to say. So they explained, like, Top Dollar explained what was going on. He was like, all right, cool. You know what? What you doing on Friday? Like, man, nothing, dog. You know, I mean, I got to work, but if you need me, I can see somebody switch for me. I can take that Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, man, you do. Let me know if you get that done and come holler at me.
He got to close.
Got to close.
Listen, nobody wanted them
nobody asked for that back, dog.
Nobody want to Hit Row back.
But all the people that Triple H probably really want back, I just read a report. He reaching out to people under contract to AEW.
That's the rumor.
Contract temporary.
I think it's probably Adam Cole. Like, man, bring Undisputed Era back.
I don't know
here because y'all ain't being used right.
No, hold on now. I don't think Tony finna let him go because the way they just got the way Cole and them just fucked over the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
For them to have this Kenny return.
Yeah.
They finna use that. So
absolutely,
they finna use Undisputed versus.
But he got them in 5-year contracts too. Ain't nobody going nowhere. He got people in 5 years.
But it depends on how much them contracts is. Because let's be honest, WWE money is old money, fam.
It's long.
If Vince can make $20 million disappeared.
And
Niggas
still
didn't
record
know.
record profit margins.
Niggas know he can buy.
But they said
they
it was
can
out
buy
of his own
out-
pockets.
But
They
that's
said-
because he was out here cutting motherfuckers and using that contract money to
But what
fuck.
I'm-
to
but what
fuck
I'm
up.
saying
Hey, that made
is-
sense. Like when
Yeah,
it's
when
like,
you looked at all the firings and all of a sudden 15 mil missing.
so y'all fired Bray Wyatt. That's gonna free up some cash because he was.
If
trying
he
to
don't
make
hurry
some
up and
bank
come
on
back,
it.
I'm gonna really be pissed off.
You
bro.
know what? I don't want him to come back right away. I want them to do it the way they've been doing it. Like prime example, Dexter. He's having a phenomenal comeback that niggas ain't noticing.
I thought Dexter
It
was
was
Bray
low-key.
when he was reaching through the door while they was in the back fighting. I said, "Is that Bray
No,
Wyatt
then
hand?"
you gotta see the thumbs up. That's
Yeah,
that.
you gotta see. And the way they doing it slowly. Like Dog was in the crowd
Yeah.
and had all the cars and shit in the back. We didn't notice it until AJ stopped and looked over there like, what the fuck's going on over there? Then we even realized it was Dexter. Then he recently just dropped the note to Indy.
Oh, on NXT,
Right,
like Index Forever.
right. So, fire ass name. I just want y'all to know that. Index, that shit's fire. But they gonna slowly bring it back, and that's what I want them to do with Bray. I want Bray to be a slow burn that all of a sudden, boom, he's here. Because I don't want the Fiend.
I would like the Fiend.
I like the Fiend.
I would like
I
if they
want
do the
the
Fiend
Fiend.
correctly.
Bring the Fiend back.
If they do the
I
Fiend
want
correctly,
Swamp Bray.
he would have been dope.
I want Eaters of World.
They said he
bruh.
was supposed to be the next Undertaker.
Yeah.
Man.
That's why I want Eaters of World.
See, I think that's the problem with the WWE right there.
Always trying to make the next.
It's like a comic book. It's like a bad comic book movie. It's like how they can't get Batman right. You got like 50 years of fucking source material. Like you have 50 years worth of comic books on how Batman should be this nigga. So it's like you have 30 years of source material because you saw how you did the Undertaker. Why the fuck can't you get any other dark character correct? You don't got to mirror the Undertaker, but god damn it, there's a blueprint.
Well, let's see what happened now.
Yeah,
Right.
because they
There's
said it was
not
Vince.
inflation charge,
They
yeah.
said him and Vince used to get into it because Vince was trying to fuck over his character, and he was
Yeah,
like,
he
"With
was
his
not going
creative,
with
he was
the
like, no, I'm
creative.
not going, bro. I'm not
And
going."
that's another issue with the E. Like, how much creative freedom are you now going to start giving these talents?
Can't give them too much because you still gotta have the writers because you got all these writers.
And that's what I'm saying. Do they
on
get time?
payroll.
Do they get like once a week where they go ahead and sit in a huddle? Like,
But-
okay, it's coach. You got a coaching today from like
You
1 to
wanna know
2.
what creative
and then this is when
freedom-
y'all have the conversation about what direction you want your character to go.
Scarlett did say that Triple H has an open door policy.
Right.
I
Everybody
forgot
always
who
say
it was.
that.
I read
Everybody
today
been
they
saying
said
that.
Yeah,
He
that's
texted
why a
back
lot of
and
people
forth
were
too.
geeked
Yeah.
to come back because if dude let you come holler at him about anything.
But let's be honest too. Look at NXT. It was the best product out of all three for a
Black and-
while.
Black and
Black
Gold.
Black
and
and Gold was
Gold.
the best. I don't
Black
even
and
like.
Gold.
I don't watch the new shit. The
No,
new shit
you
is
don't.
trash. I
Techno-
can't get into it, bro.
Techno
I
color
can't.
is too
So,
bright. That's probably
I
about
really
it.
thing
think we
is-
sleeping on the new brand.
The
My
new
thing
brand
with
is
2.0
actually good.
is that they tried way too hard to make it something different, right? Because Black and Gold was his own thing, but it still set the foundation, right?
Right.
Now you trying to over-sexualize things that don't really need to be over-sexualized. Like I'm good with sexualization in wrestling. That's shit.
It's not-
Because
I
we
grew up on the
territory.
Attitude Era,
That's what it is.
but at the same time, it's like, bro, it's not the same shit no more.
It's not.
You
like,
can't keep doing that.
The problem what they're doing with 2.0 is they're trying to treat it as its own entity when it's supposed to be the building block for Raw and SmackDown. No matter how you look at it, it's supposed to be, look at these people because they're next to be on these shows over here. And they're treating it like it's its own thing. Like the fact that Toxic Attraction showed up this week is a big deal.
Shout out
Because
to Gigi
nobody from
Douglas.
NXT up until this point has ever showed up without being rebranded as somebody completely
That's
different.
Triple H doing. He
You
put
know?
one of their teams. Well, he put Zoe in. Nikita. Whew. He put Nikita
all
in
these
there.
Mega the Stallion.
Yes, come on, man.
Y'all wildin'.
Nikita
man.
can't get no work.
I didn't say
I love it.
The way niggas been going about her, bro.
Shit, Drake jumped right in her DM. She seen what she added. Drake added her. He seen that.
Nikita Lyons is going to replace Nia Jax.
I can live with that because Nia Jax is very replaceable.
I'm thinking Nia Jax might come back.
I think not.
You don't think
I
so?
think that's why we have Nikita.
You have to look at it. Nia, as much as she has a lineage tied behind her, she wasn't improving. Like, it's actually the conversation we've had before, whereas
She
everybody improved, even Dana Brooks,
No, Dana should be gone too, G.
There's not.
I would rather Lana than Dana, bro.
I mean, Tamina never improved neither. She been there for like 80 years.
That's a good point.
But technically, Tamina declined.
Her health
because
declined.
she was decent when she first
she
got
hit the scene. It's the knees, man.
Yeah, because you can see with that limp she walked with.
so much with the knees, bro. But I think eventually she's going to transition into a backstage role. So I think she's just doing her last, good run with the women's tag belt. You can easily put the belt on her. Her and Natty gonna eventually get phased out because somebody has to be that wrestler somebody has to be the female Dolph Ziggler. That's the best way I can put it.
That's Natty.
And that's Natty and Tamina.
No, it's just Natty.
You use Tamina for like
bad matches. That's all they having, bro.
She's your powerhouse. So when you get them strong wrestlers, you work with Tamina. Like Kane. You couldn't have everybody work with Big Show. You couldn't have everybody work with Big Show. You had to be a certain caliber of a person in order to be able to work within the realms of Big Show. Whereas in Kane, if you couldn't get a good match out of Kane, you shouldn't be wrestling.
That's a fact.
Okay?
That's a fact.
For a long time, Kane was the measuring stick of whether or not you deserve to be up here at the big belt or you need to stay down here in the European world.
Yo, Kane don't get enough respect, bro. They made dog tag team with everybody.
Anybody who had a match
anybody who was anybody team with Kane and got a run.
Kane Pac.
Kane got you there. Hell, he made Snitsky look good for the brief moment in time they refuted.
Team Hell No was my shit.
No.
It was my shit.
Was solid.
Like the little skits, like
the skits were
people who you would think don't even have a personality had personality.
You got to give them opportunity to be playing their role.
Here's the first question: do you think AEW is feeling the pressure? And I only ask that because, like,
explain that further.
Yeah, go into detail.
First of all, do y'all even watch AEW?
I'm huge. I'm toggling between the Usos and the Young Bucks as the best tag.
Oh my God, no, we're not doing that with the Young Bucks.
No.
We're not doing that with the Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks are amazing, bro. Like if you watch a Young Bucks match, they are cold.
Doing this
you're not gonna say the Young Bucks is better than Penta and his brother.
They are. They better than them. Yo, they matched together. I was there for they match when the steel cage. I was there.
I was there.
I was all out.
I gave the Young Bucks credit that day.
The Louboutins with the come on, man, like they cold, bro.
The Young Bucks is doing it for the fashion
side.
Man, they swagged out, but they wrestling. Please watch a Young Buck match and don't tell me.
Do you feel like the Young Bucks are better than FTR?
FTR?
No, I won't.
FTR,
come on, bro. Because if you think the Bucks are better than the FTR, fam.
Talk about the matches they done had together. They matches are amazing together.
Yeah. That's why I would love the Usos to have an opportunity to wrestle outside the WWE's rules and regulations and really get busy with some of these indie wrestlers.
I want to see the Usos against the Briscoes.
Y'all think
that's definitely what I want to see.
Y'all think with Triple H, I'm gonna say y'all think when Triple H being at the helm,
he'll open the door.
Open the forbidden door.
Yeah,
it's a possibility.
Tony Khan already said that he's open to that possibility.
Everybody was open to it, but Vince. And the problem with Vince was when he did have this door open, he didn't want his boys to lose.
Yeah, and that's the killer part, right? Though,
right?
How do you do a combined show but don't bury the other promotion?
Do a WrestleMania. Have them invading each other's shows prior to WrestleMania. That would be, and then
the way you have to do it is you have to first decide your main event.
I mean, I don't think doing it is the problem. I think it comes down to the booking.
Yeah.
Because it's like my guy is my guy over here, but how most people who are loyal WWE fans feel about Roman Reigns, there are people who are AEW fans feel the same way about Kenny Omega. So if you put them two in the main event,
it would be a great match, but Roman got to win.
Right, like who's going to win?
Roman got to win.
The killer thing is Kenny will probably be okay with putting Roman over.
Yeah.
But see, and that's another thing that boils down to it. You have to look at who you're putting into the match. How much money can we make off this match, first of all? At the end of the day, business-wise, how much money can we make off this match?
That's
okay?
big money.
Then, two, the thing about it is Roman and Kenny are both really humble dudes that if we can make this a 3-match thing, both of them are willing to take an L.
Absolutely.
Both of them are willing to take an L.
Absolutely. Look at this past Friday, right? You ended SmackDown with, your undisputed champion looking like he just got his ass beat.
I thought he got his nose broke the way he got kicked.
Dog.
But you know why I
smack
love
this shit off.
But
Right.
you know
Drew
why I
keep
love
kicking the
that?
shit out of
I
dog.
love that because it made us really feel that Roman could lose that.
Not
flag.
happening.
Because take in consideration, the Usos wasn't there, and those who know why
they wasn't there.
Jimmy
Right.
wasn't there.
Jimmy drunk ass can't travel.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the fact that the Usos are not there really made us have to look at, character-wise, is Roman really that good unless his cousins are there? Because the match with Brock, you got to remember, they came down to...
But I was there.
shit,
When Brock tried to flip the ring, I said, oh, shit.
But I feel like
He said, "Fuck the
wrestling
rules."
Fuck everything.
is a
Fuck
game
what Vince
of
talking about.
wrestling is a game of narratives, and I think every top level superstar has to have that narrative just on their career, just because it's a good talking point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like when you look at Sting and Taker's career, you're always going to be like, "That's the dream match we never got." Or it's just certain people. It's like, damn, Hulk Hogan really. I don't think Hulk Hogan owns a victory over The Rock.
Just a side note, shout out to Sting.
What did he do?
Just
Besides the fact that he take power bombs through tables and get up.
hey man,
Like,
he's
that
an icon.
That be some wild
Hey,
shit.
he an icon. No, God.
Like, fam,
I'm
how
not
do
a
you
fan
know
of
selling
no
the
selling.
table spot?
But you know
But
what?
when he no sales,
But
it
his
makes
no
sense.
sales, his no sales is part of his shit. Now.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
like the Hulk up.
Yeah.
In so many
I
words.
just, like, this
But
shit
my
be
man
crazy.
he's 63.
Right.
Yeah.
Take
Still
it-
jumping off
I ain't
shit.
gonna
dives
lie.
off of shit.
I ain't
Like,
gonna lie. Steen got Darby out here looking like the fucking man.
bro.
He really got Darby out here like his badass little son that he just gonna unleash on the world.
Man, because that coffin match was ridiculous.
Yeah, Brody's so cold, too.
Niggas-
His finisher is
Niggas
just
don't know
cold,
about
dog.
Brody King.
That's
Dog.
what I'm saying. Like,
Hey, but to double back to your question, I don't think they're feeling the pressure. I think they're hitting the bump in the road, absolutely, because now the competition has, started
Right,
putting
because
out
I
better
feel
product.
like when WWE was at a point where it's like, this shit is stale.
Yeah.
You don't want to watch it. AEW popped up, and it was the new hot shit.
Yeah.
So everything about AEW didn't have to be perfect because it was just the alternative because nobody wanted to watch WWE.
Yeah.
This shit is stale.
Yeah.
But as you dive into AEW, you start to watch it, you be like, okay, this is good, but that shit didn't make sense. And now it's starting to look like regular wrestling.
Yeah.
When I watch on WWE,
and
like,
it's affecting their ratings.
it's
Like,
good
they
points
having
and
some of
bad
their worst
points.
ratings since they've been around. Like, the last couple shows have been terrible. Like, and that's because people are starting to. Only thing we had wrestling wise was WWE for a long time.
For a long
And
So
I don't not to go
Go ahead.
off, but I don't think AEW is feeling the pressure. I think we're finally getting to that point where they're fleshing out their show.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and you have said this on numerous times. It's too much going on AEW at one point.
that
in
is
time.
to me, that's a fact.
It was too much.
Too much.
It was too much
You
going on.
got 3 hours of wrestling.
You had too much. You
with
had
like
too
about
many people.
two rosters
Right.
full of people.
You had too many people. You had a lot of old wrestlers who we want to see you get over, but we also had a bunch of new people that we want to get to know who you are. And because they use the indie style of booking, whereas in week 1 is these group of people, week 2 is these group of people, week 3 is a combination of 1 and 2, week 4 is a combination of 2 and 3. So you have to literally continuously watch wrestling to figure out
every
where
storyline.
everybody's storyline was going. They're now getting to the point where they're leveling that out. Then, my biggest issue with AEW is too many goddamn belts. Like every time I turn
yeah,
Yeah.
they add always
Wait,
add belts.
Compared to WWE, we're saying AEW got too many belts.
In context,
Hold up.
yes.
Okay.
Because
we have the main belt.
Yep.
We have the mid-card belt. Do we
Yep.
have a mid-card
They have
belt?
a mid-card
TNT
belt.
Championship, I
TNT
believe.
Championship.
Then you have the TBS Championship.
which is the women's mid-card belt.
okay. Then we have the women's main belt.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have the trios belt that's coming up.
It's not here yet, but okay.
But
Bruh, it's at the table.
And then Pac do got that like European
then-
belt.
He
got that-
European belt.
Then
Then
you
got
have
the
you
fuck the
have
world
Ring of
belt is
Honor
back.
championship.
Then you got
That's
Ring
a
of
whole
Honor
nother
belt.
promotion,
but
though.
it's
here.
here.
So do you count NXT belts with the WWE belts?
Sometimes you can.
If
Sometimes
but,
you can.
but
no,
are you
wait.
doing that,
If
though?
NXT was on Monday night, yes,
You
far
have
too
to.
many belts.
yeah, and that's the thing.
But
And-
NXT is only on Tuesday.
and
But
I get what you
ROH
say.
doesn't have his own show yet, though.
But that's
Okay,
what,
but that's my
so
point.
you
I'm
can,
saying.
I will not continue. I will not add those belts. To
But
that
it's
roster.
still it's on
But
TV
when
on
you
Wednesday,
turn-
so it's
not
too much.
not every
TV.
Wednesday.
When you turn on
It's
TV,
too many belts.
one of
until
them
they
is
flush
shot.
I
out
get
the
what
Ring
you-
of Honor
I-
shit.
Like for an example, let's take Claudio. He popped up, right?
Yep.
We really want to follow him because that was Cesaro to us.
Yeah.
So we know that he wasn't getting his titles like he was supposed to here. He gonna get his titles here. But the first belt you give him is the show without a TV.
Yeah.
So you're giving him the equivalent of the NXT belt when you think about it. So are you really pushing Claudio like we want you to push him? You gave him this belt over here. Now.
Yes, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
I'll get you there in a minute. Now, don't get me wrong. Once ROH get their TV deal, I won't count those belts as part of AEW because that'd be their own thing. And I can see Claudio running the show over there like he's fucking Chris Jericho. But for now,
you see him that I don't see him doing that.
I
like Cesaro, but like on a Chris Jericho level, that's a little bit much. I don't know about that.
Hey, that's a big ass stretch.
He don't have enough personality for that.
But listen,
Ring of Honor is different.
Claudio is a relatively big name that kind of just fell off at WWE. You know, we all wanted to see him win. Right. He was in there. So the first thing he does is, TK puts the title on him. He's never won a world championship. He started out over in ROH. He never won that championship there. So going into having a TV deal, why not put the title on a name that's already known, right? Everybody wanted to see him be champion.
No, and I'm not mad. I agree with that. That's actually the smartest thing to do. But
wholeheartedly.
Think about what they did with Miro. They did the same. He came in. We really wanted to see him take off. They put a belt on him, and now all my dude do is cut vignettes.
But this is the thing that I wanted to say. Since WWE is coming back full circle and coming back harder, everybody over there is starting to voice their displeasure. Yeah, pause. They voicing displeasure. Miro not happy anymore. It's a bunch of people saying that they not happy and damn near they want out. Look at Jonathan Gresham dropped the belt. He got into it with Tony Khan that night, and now he asking for a release. Everybody wants to leave now because they seeing that whole shit might really be better over here. Like everybody's trying to get the fuck out of there. The
grass is greener.
Yeah, they trying to get the fuck out of there.
It is if you've been there before. Okay, so if you are a wrestler who left because you didn't like the Vince McMahon reign of things, which most of them,
Miro, a bunch of them,
they had to bounce. You're not using me right. They came over here. Tony promised you like, hey man, we gonna give you what you need, and then you start off looking good, and then it's like, okay, we gonna push this instead, or instead of giving you the push to the title, I just got off the phone with Punk, so he gonna come back instead. So I feel to understand why you would want to go back,
But even Punk, that's their big locker room presence. He just threatened to quit before Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? And then he went off script.
Is that valid?
Yeah, he threatened. That's valid. And then he went off script. The Adam Page shit wasn't scripted.
Why is he threatening to quit? Though?
They said because he unhappy about the Page shit. Like Page, when they was cutting their promos and shit, he felt like Page went too far with the shit talking about what's his old guy name that's in Ring of Honor now? Colt Cabana. He felt like he went too far off the page. So on Dynamite on Wednesday, he sits there and calls him out, knowing that's not even scripted, knowing that man is not going to come out there because it's throwing off everything. You know what I'm saying? So and then he called him a coward and a piece of shit and shit. That was way off script.
Do we care that CM Punk is unhappy? Realistically,
I told somebody the other day.
As a wrestling fan, do you give two shits about CM Punk and his displeasure? Because if you ask me, I didn't ask him to come back, and he can go to fuck where he was.
So for me, you only back because you was broke.
And that's the part of a lot of everybody said Punk killed Mike, but niggas forgot about that line.
This past one, he was whacking over the head for a picture.
How much was he whacking for a picture?
$80 for just the picture.
Nigga, we've been to local Demolition wanted like $180.
Big fat
Demolition though.
Nigga, fuck, I don't give a fuck. They're old. Like they didn't do shit. Fam, niggas didn't even have on costumes.
In context, right before
hey, they know they
right before Christmas, I went to C2E2 and took a picture with CM Punk, and that shit was $40. So in 6 months, he doubled the price.
Right, cause he like, hey,
I'm champion.
He know his worth. Like I got a belt now, bro. So it's 40 for me, 40 for the belt.
Like in all honesty though, like.
I ain't mad at him.
I read the internet and the wrestling fans. It's like some people should be pushed, and you listen to it, you be like, okay, so like Miro, I like Rusev, but can you really see him at the top of anything? And that's not even hating. It's just a realistic.
The Redeemer,
outlook.
Absolutely.
I don't
absolutely see the Redeemer.
Like it'd be real.
Hell,
like,
I saw Rusev Day as champion.
I did
I did too.
Rusev Day should have been.
That was crazy.
That was where I saw it. After that, I was like, all right, they
he was supposed to be champion at Rusev Day. Hey, your light on, bro.
Like, I'm at Mania in New Orleans, and when he came out, the crowd went ape shit.
Ain't nobody went ape shit like they did Friday for Sammy.
Dog.
God damn.
I was so geek watching that
I thought
match.
Sammy was going to win.
I love when people be in their hometowns, dude. When Sammy came out, I said, oh, dog, I have rewinded that shit back like 4 times. Like, the crowd popped crazily.
Hard.
They went hard.
I would have liked to see Sammy win.
I think
that's my thing about the WWE, though, that hometown curse. Like, you would
they would make you lose in your hometown.
Well, I don't know, because somebody recently just wrestled in their home, Belair, and she won.
But that's Bianca, though.
That's right.
Rock has lost at home.
Who?
Rock has lost at home before.
When the fuck did Rock lose?
But were you really gonna put the belt back on Becky right now? Like,
because he won. He beat John Cena in Miami.
Yeah, she got hurt in that match.
Yeah, she got hurt. And then she turned face. That was the smartest thing that he could do. She turned face.
Well, I think because they knew Bayley was coming back.
That and the crowd wasn't fucking with her as a heel.
Yeah,
like,
they didn't like her as a heel. Like, they want the man back.
It was the Austin effect.
Yeah.
It was like they turned Austin heel, and then we got to do all this shit to make you believe Austin is this piece of shit. And you should boom.
Not working.
It's like, no, hey, when he hit Lita with that motherfucking chair, we went crazy.
Popped her shit.
We only want heel when we want heel.
Hey, listen, Becky could never be a heel after that. That ooh-wop she took from Nia Jax and got back up. She'll never be a heel again, no matter what she do.
That's what the birth of the man.
But you can never forget about that.
You got that vision of her in the crowd.
Yep. You'll never forget about that.
The greatest thing Nia Jax has ever did was make Becky the man.
I don't want nobody to hit me that hard, though.
I don't want nobody to hit me that hard.
Don't punch me.
You break my nose. You hit me so hard, you changed my gimmick.
That's fucked up. I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I went from the Irish last kicker to the man because you fired me in my shit.
You hit me so damn hard.
I'm not gonna lie. When that first happened, I was on my couch. I was chopped, and I wasn't paying no mind. I hear SmackDown like Becky Lynch suffered a broken nose, a broken orbital bone. I was like, what the fuck happened on Monday? Went back and looked like, damn, she just
punched her clean in her snot locker.
Stiff punch.
All right. So, we're going to play a game of fair or foul.
Oh, boy.
I got a few talking points, and, we can discuss them. And if y'all got something, just talk about it. So,
let's do it.
All right. So, the first one is the Liv Morgan experiment failing? Fair or foul?
I never wanted it to happen.
That's fair.
That's fair as fuck.
But it's the way they booked it. Like, they can't book it that way. Like, if it had been the flip-flop
not smart.
Where Ronda, if it had been flip-flop the other way around, that'd have been fine. But you can't book the face that way. The heel got to be booked that way. So Ronda get the belt. Now we got a dirty champion. Now Liv got a reason to chase her. It can't be where she actually tapped out and Ronda should have a belt.
It should have been either a clean win or a clean loss.
Yep.
I felt like when Liv Morgan won the briefcase, I was like, yeah. And when that motherfucking music hit, she cashed in. I was like, nope, this ain't gonna work.
So,
you think it was dead before?
It was it was dead. As soon as
I said it never shouldn't happen. My 10-year-old daughter is a huge Liv Morgan fan, like huge, and I'm just like, I don't see it. Like I want her to succeed. Any chick that I want them all to succeed, but I didn't want her to. No,
it's just not Liv's time.
No, it was who she did it against.
It's not who she did it against was fine because y'all know we got to write Ronda out. Damn, that's a lot to say. Every once in a while to allow her to go do whatever she needs to do because she's a mom, and you couldn't have Shayna beating Ronda right away. So you need your Mick Foley's in this situation, and Liv is our Mick Foley.
I was gonna say back to what you said is Liv Dolph Ziggler. Is she gonna be the new Natty?
Nah, she's not gonna be the new Natty. It's not gonna be her.
Liv
you know who it's gonna be? It's gonna be Bayley. Because if you get in the back,
Bayley too far over for that.
But that's why I'm saying
Natty was never that far over.
But if you beat Bayley, you ready. See what I'm saying? If you beat Bayley, you ready.
Yeah, but Natty damn near a jobber. Like they're not gonna treat Bayley like that.
They're not gonna treat her like that. But
I see what you're saying. Like she the measuring stick.
To be the Kane or the Dolph Ziggler, you have to be somebody where your level of accolades makes it worth the fact that you are now in this position. Dolph got titles under his belt. Dolph got matches under his belt.
If it's not Bayley, it'll be Sasha.
if she comes back.
Sasha,
Her
ego too big for that.
Think about all of the female wrestlers.
Sasha was just high as a bitch the other day.
Sasha does
like she wearing her regular blonde color right now, so we don't know. It's up in the air.
When you think about all of the female wrestlers, like name one female wrestler that's really had a bad match with Sasha. You're not gonna find too many of them.
Right, and that's why I said I have to say Bailey for now.
If Sasha comes back, Sasha is the measuring stick of the female.
That's why Charlotte just said the other day, like, I can never imagine me never having another match. She said Sasha is her Ricky Steamboat to her dad, Ric Flair.
Definitely fuck with
I see
That's
that.
what she said.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm waiting on Bay to beat Charlotte. She got one more mountain.
Who was Bay?
Bianca.
Oh, yeah.
Bianca got to beat
That's
Charlotte.
never a question, bro.
She knocked down 3 of the horsewomen.
That's the only one that's left.
She's beating all of it except for Charlotte.
But she doesn't. I don't want her to.
She
beat
got
Charlotte,
to
man.
beat
that's
Charlotte
why
on the big
was
stage.
mad.
You know what I'm saying? You got to save Charlotte for later. That's not.
But that's why Charlotte was mad between the whole exchange between her and Becky.
Because how it went down.
Yeah, because she felt like she should have took the L to Bianca.
Makes sense.
So, Liv Morgan, dead in the water. Y'all
Yeah, let's get it over with.
I
I don't know if
she-
Shayna is the person to do it.
Shane is
Well,
got
we can't avoid that.
So
Shayna.
y'all got her losing at Clash at the Castle.
I definitely
I
got Liv losing.
I don't think she's gonna lose that Clash of the Castle, but we can't avoid Shayna versus Ronda forever.
I can't see
So
her.
Shayna's got to take that belt off Liv.
It do make sense because
I
what
can't
Ronda
see
tell her?
Liv making
You
it
used to
past
be a
her.
killer.
Right.
She
You
too
You
much
used
of
to
a
be a
threat.
killer.
And it was crazy because after I watched that promo, I went back and I was watching some old and Shayna Baszler was really running.
Oh
through
no,
bitches.
she was running
Oh,
through.
yeah.
She
bitches.
was running through.
She was running.
bitches.
She ran through Bianca. She was running through everything in NXT.
Everything.
Everything. So
Then
I mean,
like even how she came to the main roster, like dog, she decimated.
But
the entire,
who was running everything though? Vince McMahon. Now Triple
Right.
H got the helm back. Like, oh, I'm finna make the Queen of Spades back.
Yeah.
I'm finna have her choking shit out.
yeah, because I think they working towards getting everybody back to what
they once were.
Because Pete Dunne going back to his old name.
Please, come on, let's talk about that. They need to change everybody.
I don't
Gunther,
think-
I'm tired of Gunther. That's Walter. Goddamn it!
I
Change
can
the
work
names
with
back.
Gunther though, bro. I can work
I don't
with
hate
Gunther.
Gunther. I don't hate it.
I hate
work-
all the
I can
name
work with it
changes.
now. I do not think though he's going to change everybody's name back.
Not everybody,
No.
but Pete
But-
Dunne is going back to his because he already updated his Twitter name to say it. It's Pete Butch Dunne.
Oh, okay.
So that one's going back.
If they
I
keep
like
the
them
butch
as
in
a
the middle
stable,
with the
but-
quotations and add Pete Dunne, it'll make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's gonna be there, but he's still.
I never understood the logic of why change the names though. Like we didn't watch the old product and know who the fuck these people were already.
because
VKM.
Because
It'd be a licensing thing.
It'd be a
You
li-
say VKM?
Yeah, it's a
VKM.
VKM because it's been openly admitted that there was times where Vince did not know who the fuck these people from NXT was. So instead of giving them an extension, he would create them based on what he wanted to, which included changing the names because
Changing the name and the gimmick.
And he's not a fan. Like it's been on record that he's not a fan of last names too. That's why.
Yeah.
Big E is just Big E. Is no more Big E Langston, and it went from Antonio Cesaro to just Cesaro.
Well,
Now,
Matt
granted, in
Riddle
some
to just
cases when
Riddle.
you change names, I'm like, okay, this works.
Hey,
Like
some-
Big E is cool.
Yeah.
Cesaro, that works. But Pete Dunne was Pete Dunne, and now he's
Oh, he was gonna be done.
now he's
Just
Butch.
done.
I
It's
just-
gonna be
Done.
But then another reason was like, you know, some
Except
some
Riddle.
athletes'
Riddle,
real
we had to
names.
change.
Yeah.
within their
Riddle,
ring.
we had to change his name.
That's why we had to change. That's why they just call him Ciampa, because Thomas is dude's real name or some shit like that.
Tomasa.
But see, he needs to be something. I'm glad Triple H is running shit. 'Cause I like Tommaso gonna come to the
Oh,
main
he from the
roster.
mill. He gotta be something.
I'm
We
like,
want.
he
I
gonna come
root
to the
for him.
main
We ride
roster.
for him off.
and Vince
I root for
McMahon.
him. I root for the dude who used to be with Shinsuke. He from Milwaukee.
Rick Boogs.
Boogs. He needs to go back to the rock and roll dude that he used to be in NXT.
That shit, he coming off that knee injury.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Speaking coming off, dog, Mad Cap was getting his shit off.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
Okay,
what?
before we get to the next, how y'all feel about Madcap?
He need a new name.
Okay, that's one who's out. You fuck with Madcap?
I fuck with Madcap.
I fuck with Madcap.
I fuck
Yeah, I
with
don't mind
Madcap. I'm not a fan of his gimmick.
Yeah,
They gotta try. They gotta figure him
They
out.
got to figure him out because right now, bro, he's default call wrestler right now.
Yeah.
Man, he basic as fuck.
He default.
He the prototype.
He the
the
first.
proto-
He
he
the
the
dude you
prototype
create
John
on my
Cena.
rise. That's where you at right now. You still on my rise.
But I think he's got potential. You don't fuck with
No,
him?
I think only thing that would make me like him is if he come out with some more personality. Show me something to make. I can't get into him. Nothing about him is like you said, he's a default wrestler just with the black tights and just the basic ass shit.
But do you really need personality though? I think about
to some degree you do.
It make me like your character. Like Sami Zayn was an amazing performer, but his personality is dope.
Did y'all peep the El Generico reference?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I caught that as soon as
I thought I was hearing shit. Like fam actually shout out El Generico.
Yeah. That's how you know VKM is no longer at the helm.
Right.
Because whatchamacallit
Michael Cole was saying fans. They've been saying wrestling.
Man,
I'm like,
Triple H reversed it already. He said most of the banned words are back in play now.
They were banned. To me, they were stupid reasons.
They were stupid to ban them in the first place.
Yeah.
I can understand.
Oh, so
facility.
Can we say hospital? I was just thinking that. Can niggas just go into the hospital now? Because the medical.
What they call jail? When Rhonda went the other day, they didn't say jail. They said something else.
That's like her third time getting arrested.
Rhonda really is.
It's really her third time getting arrested.
That's the default storyline they go to when they don't know what to do.
And then by the end of the show,
hey,
but sometimes it'd be lit. When they took Stephanie to jail, it was like, hey.
Fight when they got arrested. That was some shit.
It was hilarious.
That
it was so
funny.
bad. It was funny.
But I like what they're doing right now with all the little small subtle things. The fact that niggas is buying tickets to harass people now. Because Bailey and her crew was really fucking with Michael Cole.
She was behind Michael Cole.
If you listen to the commentary, you hear Bailey yelling at dog. Like a
they would have been mad at me as a fan in the crowd.
Right.
I think Bailey might be the best 4-horse.
Like she is.
That's just my personal style.
Actually, you know what? Right now in this moment, yes.
Bailey's the best 4-horse.
Yes, because she's the most entertaining.
Bailey is definitely Bae.
Back when she had
that's my baby right there.
Double cheeked up. On the
third. Hey, my baby I think is EO though. EO be slept on. I like EO.
Yo, Dakota slept on. Dakota kind of pretty.
Yeah.
I can't fuck with Dakota.
Why not?
I don't like white girls. First of all,
she's not white.
What does Dana do for you? What is it about
Dana Brooke over that?
What is Dana?
Man,
I would take Big Mama Pump over Dana Brooke.
Kind of guy sometimes, bro.
Dana been bad since she.
And you said Nikita Lyons don't do nothing for you.
I didn't say she. I just want y'all niggas going crazy.
You know who I don't fuck with on NXT though? Lash Legend. I hate her.
I don't fuck with the promotion at all. I
don't like Lash because she's still doing. She feels like she's from Southwest Atlanta.
She's the fake Jade Cargill.
I'm just sick of this.
Yeah.
I'm sick of stereotypical. Not everybody.
And that's not saying much because Jade is really not that much either, though.
Not everybody is a good, convincing black woman.
Man, I love Jade.
I do too.
Like Jade is a convincing black woman.
Like she.
Like the chicks that Jade kick it with, convincing black women.
I don't know, dog.
But Lash just ain't a convincing black woman.
Red Velvet feels like she only like white boys.
But she ain't been on TV, so we're not including her. We're going to go with Layla Gray.
Because Kiera Hogan is my chick.
The ones I see when I do watch
Kiera Hogan gives me the perfect amount of ratchet, and I love it.
Thank you, and that's why I love
she be with the shits, though. She be with the shit.
Ratchet, bro.
Because we don't need you. I'm like, oh, yeah, check that bitch
Kiera Hogan is the one who will call for the waiter because my food ain't right.
Yeah.
Man,
that's what
you be like, nah, baby, it's good. No, fuck that.
No, my man said he didn't want no fucking raisins in it. Why is it? Fuck this.
Puts raisins in it anyway.
Next one. I mean, Roman Reigns' title run is hindering the growth of the roster.
Foul.
No, never.
Foul.
The greatest thing about the show right now.
You do not need a title to be a superstar. But
fair.
Roman Reigns needs the titles because it's Roman fucking Reigns. He's the face of the company. You put the titles on the face of the company.
For everybody in
TV
land
y'all don't
out
think
there.
I love Roman. He is my tribal
heel. Roman is the greatest. I hated Roman. I hated him.
I've been a fan of Roman since he was.
Let me ask y'all a question.
He was hated by everybody for being the guy.
What made everybody start liking Roman? Because y'all brought up a good point.
Him being the heel, personality.
Was it the leukemia that we stopped hating him?
No. I never liked him.
Because half the people thought that was a word.
He liked him before. I never liked Roman.
You don't count. I like Jeff Hardy.
It's the heel personality to me. When somebody turns heel, bro, when The Rock went Hollywood, he had some of the greatest promos and skits ever.
Roman has been heel before. and we just did not like
because he was with the Shield. He was with two other dudes.
We started.
That's because they allowed him to use more of his own personality.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Personality is shining through.
Than it is Roman.
But that's not even true. Even when they was the Shield, we waited for him to do the spear, waited for him for the power bomb. So that's not true.
Yeah.
But when he started talking and
being himself,
that's when
he was really feeling this stuff he was saying. Like, bro, like,
what did he call John Cena, Mr. Missionary? He said, "You get the same." No, he hilarious, dog.
It's one of those. It was one of those things where it was like, you always gonna have your organic person that people gravitate toward, and then you gonna have the fucking machine built. Roman is Roman. He's built for the business. Yeah. He is the business.
Yeah.
Well, he comes from a business
right.
family.
So in wrestling logic, that's who they're gonna force feed.
Yeah.
Which
he looks like a prototypical professional wrestler.
But that's why I'm trying
to failed for so long.
And Vince's entire company has always been built around the babyface. It's never been built around the bad guy. Think about it. This is like the first time we've ever had a top guy who was the bad guy.
The whole time?
The whole time. Well, the whole time. Hogan was a babyface. Stone Cold. Babyface.
Yeah, it's 50.
Yeah, 50-50. He was when the WCW thing came.
But at the same time,
like,
though,
he was more like Deadpool.
The Attitude Era was built on Stone Cold, which was the babyface.
He was more. It's more so because
he's just a babyface with an attitude, bro. Don't
he was
tell
so
me.
He was so anti-establishment.
And if the people cheer you, you are a what, Doug?
Not really. Not
you
true.
are a what, Doug?
Hey, I mean,
not true.
I cheer heels. I cheer heels. I cheer heels like a motherfucker.
We all cheer
Roman
heels.
get big pops.
We all cheer heels, but when that glass broke, lit up.
When Roman got out of the Tahoe this Friday, what was the crowd saying? They was going crazy, bro. He is loved.
When he did his shtick, was like, acknowledge me, the crowd went crazy.
Nuts. No booing.
No,
I just want to know the moment when it shifted. I want to know when was the moment that we went.
When he returned back from being out and he turned heel. When he turned heel. When he came and attacked the Fiend in them.
When Roman came back from having leukemia,
that's
when it shifted.
And that's what I want to make sure.
Because you can't boo a nigga with cancer.
But
you can't boo cancer.
I still didn't like him. It was when he took the break when COVID to make my shit come back, so I'm gonna take this break. And then you didn't see him coming, and when he came back and attacked break.
So,
pause. That's the second one.
Y'all think I be pausing shit?
He didn't hit me twice, but when he came out and he really went heel, and then when Paul Heyman aligned, when I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I couldn't believe that when I saw that.
Let me ask you this question: do you think the video board error helped Roman?
Yes. Because if Roman would have showed up and did what he did in front of a live crowd, they'd have popped. Because for one, we hadn't seen him in like 6-7 months.
Because of COVID.
And then for two, it's like, it's Roman Reigns. The crowd gonna instantly pop.
Yeah.
And the crowd didn't get behind the acknowledge me thing initially.
No, man. He got booed like a motherfucker for a while.
The reason why I say that is, during the video board era, you heard them more. And you heard a lot of times Roman talking cash
money.
Cash.
I love Roman when, like, I just watched the TikTok compilations. You'd be like, Roman's best trash.
Oh, my God.
Like, dog, when he had Edge in the motherfucking headlock, and nigga said, you see this arm? It's the biggest arm in the world. Now lean on this motherfucker.
Hey, you gonna have to send that to me. I need to see it. I gotta find that.
Roman be talking cash shit. Like, there's one where this little kid is in the front row. And Dog is mean mugging Roman.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And Roman is mugging Dog back. And Lil Dog is not standing down. So, Lil Dude makes some face at Roman. And Roman's shocked in a bitch. Like, okay. So, he get back in the ring. He do his thing. As soon as he get done, he do the face right back at Dog. And they just going back. Like, Roman be having fun, bro.
I think he started that when he
house show
Roman.
He's having the most fun in his career right now.
Yeah.
And it's showing.
That's what it be about, man. Like, I feel like
I think that's the big
y'all don't really think he gonna lose at Clash at the Castle. Let's be realistic. Y'all don't think that belt coming off him.
Did
you not see Drew get his leather jacket and the carrying thing? That's not happening.
They got, for one, this is why they got to split the belts up.
I agree with that. I
love the
Raw needs a champ.
It's not coming that Clash of the title.
And that's why I said fair, because Roman having a belt is good, but you got wrestlers out here that ain't got shit to hold on to.
Right.
So you got to give Seth a belt because you got to give Cody his moment. And you not finna make Roman lose both belts, so Seth can run around with both belts, and then now Roman ain't got nothing.
Right, and it's back to your point. Like, you don't need a title to be a superstar because we watch that every Monday with Seth Rollins. Exactly. But at the end of the day, Seth Rollins needs to be rewarded for the shit he does, which would be him being the WWE champion.
Yeah,
you already proved that you could do this shit without a belt. So let's just go ahead and give you one and sit you at the top of the card where you deserve to be.
Yeah, because he actually saved Riddle's career. Because once him and Randy split up, I didn't see Riddle going anywhere.
I'm tired of Riddle still using all Randy moves right now, too.
I like it.
I like it. I think it's growing old.
I like it because it's the bromance.
Yeah, and it's like the passing of the torch.
But the torch ain't passed because Randy's still around.
I'm waiting on Randy to punt kick the shit out of Riddle.
It's coming.
Yeah,
I was expecting it at WrestleMania this year. I expected them to go at it.
I think Randy actually likes Riddle.
I'm gonna say I don't think if
because they smoke weed together.
Absolutely.
No, they get high.
Hey man, you smoke a blunt with somebody, you friends for life.
That's actually true. That's actually how me and Juan. That's a fact.
Most of the people that I've smoked with, we are still friends.
You can't smoke everybody's weed.
You really can't.
You don't know how niggas
and
be
Riddle
rolling.
grows some of like Randy's favorite strains.
Riddle needs Randy to hit that next level. That's his moment. When Randy goes back and turns heel, that's gonna be Riddle's big babyface moment. I mean, the shit he doing with Roman and stuff is cool, but that's where it really lies at. The ending of the bromance, and then you conquering the Viper.
Yeah.
And then once Riddle does that, it'll be upon us to judge it if, I think that's where that OG status come in. It is like,
I can't follow a nigga that don't wear shoes.
Do Randy got enough clout to make this man a superstar? That's how I felt when they gave Edge his Judgment Day stable. Like, we know Edge for being a great solo act, but do you, as your superstar status, got enough clout to where you could get a rub to these three other people that
he
need?
would have if it wasn't enough for VKM.
Yeah, Vince fucked that before it could even take off.
Randy is most definitely going to elevate. Randy as a heel is one of the greatest heels. I seen a video thing where he switched and got himself the Freddy Krueger face and shit. I said, oh, shit.
Yeah, I love Randy as a heel. I just don't know at this point, with him being off for so long, it's going to take a lot for him to be a heel.
They said his back was good. He didn't need surgery or nothing. He could have been back on TV.
I was going to say, but in this one, do we make Riddle a heel? When Randy come back, do we turn on him?
That would be dope.
We get there.
That would be
we
dope.
don't see that coming.
Riddle being a heel is nasty.
And it's because, like, we won't expect that from him.
But
how would you do it?
Feel like
you do it like
they love that barefoot hippie shit too much.
He needs to tap back into his UFC shit. Like he just needs to go super violent.
I think that, but you do it how KO turned on Jericho. How they was Festival of Friends and they all I'm so glad to see you, and then he just laid him out.
But that's the difference with KO is we've seen heel KO. We know
Beast.
KO. We seen Kevin Steen kick ass.
But then we get rid of a vicious Mean Streak.
Because matter of fact,
because
KO has
he got it.
Yeah,
he has the moveset to be a vicious motherfucker.
Who?
Riddle. He has the moveset to be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. His UFC background.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the people want to boo Riddle.
No, but people don't want to boo Randy either.
Not when he first come back.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I just feel like
that pop is gonna be ridiculous.
So speaking of tag teams, the next one, Montez Ford has superstar potential.
A lot.
Absolutely.
Fair.
A lot.
That's big fair.
And he could cut a promo out this a lot.
And he been putting on muscle too.
I saw that. Yeah.
Can you see Montez Ford as the WWE champion?
Not right now.
No.
Eventually, yes.
I mean, so eventually.
Oh, you talking about like now?
No, not now.
You talking about in all? Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
Because I think Montez Ford, as far as like
depending
wrestling
on when
go,
the breakup is,
he can be this generation's breakup.
His breakup needs to be
Rock,
Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels, The Rockeridge.
I don't think
it needs to be like that.
I don't think it's going to be like that because Dawson and Montez are like boys.
I would like for them to split, but nobody has the time.
I just want them to just go.
Amicable split.
Right. He come backstage.
You know what, bro? This ain't working out no more. You right, man.
Like,
we should just go our separate ways.
Let's do it. Bro. Good luck, bro.
I don't want to see that shit.
It's ways to do it. Like
they could do it in the draft.
Have them do.
You split them up in the draft,
like they did the New Day in the draft.
Yep.
Do it in the draft.
They keep them that way though.
That way,
you can split them in the draft,
it's not
or it could be one of those things. Not saying you
the draft is the best way.
Not saying that you wish
they did it to the New Day.
But this would be one of the things like if Dawkins got hurt and was gone for like 6-7 months, it'd be so easy because Montez is gonna flourish.
Y'all might be mad at this opinion. I think Montez is helping Dawkins keep a job. Because I think if they break up, nobody's going to care about Dawkins anymore.
We said that until that last match.
I'm going to say recently, though.
In that solo match.
Yeah, I say lately he's been coming on strong.
He sees where it's going. I feel like he's always been a solid wrestler. I just feel like Dawkins ain't got as much personality as Montez.
That too, but I feel like it's going to be Otis and Tucker. I feel like he's just going to be gone.
Stevie and Booker T.
No, I don't think it'll be that bad.
Stevie and Booker T. I mean, he was a great tag team partner, but he kind of fizzled out as a solo.
But he had a good gimmick that kept him around, especially because he hit the NWO and he was out here just flapjacking niggas left and right.
Going crazy.
I feel like if they don't do nothing, if not for nothing, he's a great worker. So you're gonna get a good TV match out of this nigga.
You can get
He's gonna be a jobber though.
He might not be a
Some people can live with that.
He might be a professional mid-carder.
He might be good in the mid.
He can bring the European title back and he could be D-Lo.
Don't do that.
Hey, D-Lo, hold on now. D-Lo
was my boy.
D-Lo had his
right.
shit. D-Lo was getting his whole shit off.
But
first Euro Continental champion.
I don't think he get enough appreciation.
I feel like Montez Ford has like he got like Rock level potential as far as what Rock did.
I don't know about that.
Professional wrestling.
I can see him surpassing like Kofi, but Rock, I don't know about that. Montez, yeah.
He's not surpassing the Rock.
No, I'm not saying that
he said he got Rock level potential.
That's his personality. Like when Rock cut the promo, Rock could say jabroni and all this weird random shit that don't make heads or tails, but you like that shit. That shit sounded cool when it came. Right, that shit sounds cool when it comes out.
When I was middle school, I wanted some poutine pie, and I didn't even know what
it was.
Right.
I feel like Montez has got that charisma that where he could say some shit, and you be like, yeah, I fuck with it. And then like 10 minutes later, you be like, bro, that made no sense.
Hey, that's how I feel about Ricky Starks.
Yeah,
I fuck with Ricky. I fuck with Ricky. I
don't get it.
I fuck with Absolute.
But he be going crazy.
Oh my goodness, I fuck with Absolute.
But yeah, like I definitely feel like
Montez has what Vince likes in a wrestler.
Yeah.
Dawkins has potential. They're Edge and Christian. Whereas for a fact, Montez is taking off.
He gonna take off.
Tez gonna take off. Dawson has to prove to us that he can fly solo.
It's going to take a little bit.
He has the ring work to do it, but you will need someone like Dolph or someone like Corbin. Someone he can have a decent, good feud with where just being the everyday nigga is all you need to be as a gimmick.
Yeah.
I'm
just scared because usually when they break up tag teams that we liked, I was a huge fan, don't judge me, of Crime Time. Then when they got broke up, it was I fucked with Crime Time, but then when they broke up, nobody gave a fuck about neither one of them barely.
Because they didn't do nothing with each one of them.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Right. Big Cass and Enzo, they did the same thing with them.
I fucked with them too.
I feel like
they ruined themselves though. That's what the
tag team breaks up.
Enzo got too big for his britches.
I feel like
Cass was doing too much.
In some respect, you have to have a level of success for us to care about one of you motherfuckers on your own. Crime Time never hit that level of success to where I was like, damn, I can see Shad rolling by itself. Like, who's the other people you just like,
Enzo and Cass.
It never hit. Like, Cass is who Vince McMahon idolizes.
He wanted it because he was the big guy, the idea big guy.
They didn't hit that level of success, and you saw once you split them up, Enzo was the money of this shit. Cash, you can't talk to save your life.
The problem was they both had something that they both needed each other. Mm-hmm. Cass was a wrestler. Enzo was the talker. If anything, you shouldn't have broke them up, but you should have just shifted the dynamic where Enzo is more of a manager and Cass is the wrestler. He is the big nigga that gets the work done. That's how you take him away from the tag team feature, but still, that way Cash can keep going. Enzo becomes your next Paul Heyman with the talking shit, and then you're done.
But me calling Montez rock level superstar was a stretch. And you just hear what this motherfucker just said about Enzo Amore.
Be Paul Heyman.
But what I said
wait a minute. Here's the thing.
This is why we don't do wrestling shows that often. But this is exactly why.
I got a point.
Hold on.
Listen here.
What is one thing Enzo was always guaranteed to do whenever he opened his mouth? And he always made sure that when that promo was done, you hated the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
So, if you need serious heel heat, let him be the nigga who do the talking for you. If you want to take a face to a heel, let Enzo be your mouthpiece. Is that not what Paul Heyman does for whoever the fuck he manages? He be the mouthpiece
how niggas
of
didn't
them.
see when I said The Rock.
He be the mouthpiece for whoever needs to be the mouthpiece, and Paul Heyman makes that nigga look good whether he on TV or not. Am I not right or wrong? So Enzo is gonna make you hate. Enzo is gonna make you hate whoever he is lying with, and you want that nigga to get his ass whooped just so he can be out the picture, and whoever's fighting that person will eventually get their hands on Enzo. That is why I say Paul Heyman.
Can I ask y'all a random question? Other than Paul Heyman, who is like the best manager in either promotion to y'all right now? Right now. Because I know who mine is. I want to see who y'all say.
We don't have many managers right now.
You have enough to make a I'm just y'all want me to say mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stokely.
I was about to say Stokely.
Stokely.
Is that the black dude?
Yeah, who should have never left.
Yeah, he's
Stokely.
Cool. When he was
I
with
was
Dynamite,
gonna say
Stokely. And he got personality.
But if like Don Callis is cold too.
Don Callis made me hate him, but at the same time love him.
Don Callis always been cold.
Yeah,
like, even when he was Cyrus the Virus.
He ain't been on screen recently, so I'm like, okay, I want.
Right, I was like, I had to think about it.
Like, yeah, like damn.
And now is he a face? Because when Kenny came back, I'm like, oh shit, I knew it was coming, but yeah. And then I'm looking at Don back with him, I'm like, oh Don, yeah.
Nah, I think the Bucks are still the Bucks are getting cheered, but they're still heels.
They came out the face tunnel.
They did.
They came out the face tunnel.
They Kenny came out the heel tunnel.
You gotta remember the Bucks.
No, Kenny came out the face tunnel too.
You gotta remember
him.
Bucks got turned face after
Adam Cole and them beat their ass.
Beat their ass.
That and then no, that was this past Wednesday. I was about to say when
they all came out the face tunnel.
Andrade and Roosh turned on Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Why they do that, dog? Like,
hey, you lost.
Like, I don't watch love, but
you took the L, bro.
I'm like,
this little bro.
I'm like, this 6-man cracking. And then at the end of the match, I'm like, oh, they're gonna whoop his ass and take his mask.
The part where they set Kenny on the thing and then he flew and knocked him into the crowd. They ain't getting no fuck about the front row. People know nothing. That shit was.
Hey, Triple H been spitting on us for about a decade and a half.
Yeah.
This is true.
Just think about all that water that you might catch sitting front row.
I was at Dynamite when they came this past time, man.
I was there too.
It was all up in through the crowd.
I gotta go to AEW.
Can we go to something together?
Dude, we can go to. Let's go to All Out.
Let's go to All Out. It ain't too late. Next September 4th, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's not too late to get
I was supposed to do my mom's birthday party that day. She gonna have to do it that Saturday now.
Get tickets for all 3 shows.
I told you about that in the group because I was trying to get Ant to come with us.
You can get tickets for all 3 shows.
Yeah, I'll go to it.
No, I don't know that. I go. I don't believe him. So we don't have to know that this is stuff. I done been to. So I was at the AEW show when Kenny lost the belt. When Adam won in Minnesota. Okay. I was there. Dude, I'm so ready for MJF to come back, man. I didn't think I would miss MJF.
No, he ain't been on TV since
that. He ain't been on TV. He ain't been on social
not
media.
What do you mean?
He don't watch AEW.
I don't watch AEW like that.
He just now getting into it because me and our guy has been in the group.
He probably had the best promo in the last I don't know how many years.
Yeah. It made the internet, so I'm like, okay, this is a viral moment.
Yeah, he
went nuts. He went nuts.
He had a pipe bomb that made punks look like.
But was it real? Was it a
rumor? Is he coming back Wednesday? If he comes back Wednesday, I'm gonna lose my shit just because.
No, I want him to sit out.
He come back. I think he automatically a face.
Ooh, because of the promo.
Because of that
Since
promo.
we talking AEW, can I just say?
And then that makes sense
on
why
this podcast.
CM Punk is getting
I hate
all
that
this
motherfucking dinosaur gimmick. I do.
With Luchasaurus?
I
love it.
I
love it.
I hate it.
I love it, bro. We had the
I hate
boogeyman.
Jungle Boy, but Luchasaurus.
He said, bro, we had the boogeyman. We did have the boogeyman. He ate worms.
I hated him too.
Yeah, he did eat worms.
You said that like I fucked with you.
He came out with the flavor.
Exactly. How do that conversation? Hey, this is Vince McMahon. I'm gonna need you to go out there and eat live worms, and you be like, "Shit, okay." No, bro, I'm not eating no motherfucking worms.
Either you eat these worms or you ain't got no job.
Right, because the nigga lied to get on
Walmart is hiring. I'm gonna go to Walmart.
I don't know, bro.
You would have ate the worms, bro.
You don't know what that. Hey, you don't know what the 12th man check look like.
You would have ate the worms though.
You don't know what the 12th man check. Minimum might be a lot better than what Walmart can offer.
6 figures for some night crawlers versus like 15-25.
Right, you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about that, bro.
He said niggas eat worms every day, B.
That's what bro, for the 6 figures, man.
You eating the worms, bro?
Maybe he said he wasn't closing no more.
man.
I'm tired of closing.
I'm tired of closing, bro.
Right.
He was like 40 at the time. So like, bro, I'm 40 years old. Yeah. I'm bringing home 6 figures.
You know
I don't even have to do this for long.
He wasn't even wrestling.
Do you know what it's like to do 2 to 10 at a fucking Walmart? Because I do. It ain't fun.
No, I did night shift. I did 10 to 6:30.
It ain't fun.
I stopped.
All I gotta do is eat worms for about 2 minutes, and then I'm dropping them on somebody else.
Right, so I'm really spitting them out.
I'm gonna say you're not even really eating. You just put them in your mouth,
and then you
let them just dribble.
I'm sure half his fun was scaring niggas half to death anyway.
And I do this, and I ain't never gotta take phone calls again.
I'm just showing up at random points.
Right.
I ain't got to really wrestle.
I might not even be here every week, and I still get the same
how
shit.
good
Y'all
is
just
them
seeing my
checks though
smoke.
for that gimmick? Like, how many matches on record did the Boogeyman really have?
He really didn't have that many.
He had like 2 feuds his whole career.
That nigga just had backstage vignettes. He would just pop up. I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get ya.
With a clock.
Hey, but I liked his intro though.
Man, he used to fuck himself up with that clock though, bleeding and shit.
Hey man, and you got paid.
Got paid. He had to make it look good.
But yes.
So that means you could keep your day job and you just got to go do this.
The dinosaur, I don't like it.
He's
why
always
don't you like
been
the
that
dinosaur?
But everybody has something that they don't like about everything.
You don't have to like everything.
Right, it's just one of those things. Like when I watch AEW, when I do watch it, that's one of the things I'm like, nah, I don't fuck with the dinosaur.
I understand that. I feel like as a fan, I appreciate everything.
Yeah,
it
might not all be for me. I might not enjoy it, but I appreciate everything because it's like,
I look at it like
putting a lot on the line, entertaining.
Wrestling is like music. It's art.
Yeah.
Once you put it out and you give it to the people, now
it's up to them.
It's up to us to whether we like it or we don't. Yeah. So just because you being a fucking dinosaur is not for me.
Kids love
I'm not saying that this
kids
is all.
love dinosaurs.
I ain't saying that this is all for now. I'm just saying
go
you being a dinosaur does not appease me.
I like the word that you just said. You said music. I'm tired of them fucking with people musics too. Like you see Riddle music, we used to the bro, and then now they done added some new dimension to the beat and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's a remix, bro.
No, don't remix. See, you can't fuck up the classics, man.
I don't know how many versions of the rock music is out there.
But the Hollywood Rock had the coldest version of me.
We never said it didn't, but it still changed all the time.
But don't act. Just give me.
Definitely changed.
I like how
it had the same premise.
It did. Like Riddle's got the kind of Randy-ish shit.
You're right. It's been that since they've been a tag team. But that's tied in
since they've been a tag team.
Since they've been a tag team.
Well, I know Randy had the version that when they mixed it together, but now it's just bro. And then you hear the hippie shit. Yeah. Then they got some other shit. I'd be like, no, go back to the regular shit.
They've been changing a lot of people.
Like Pete Dunne needs to come back using the bruiserweight. Like most definitely.
Ciampa needs to go back to No One Will Survive.
I think Ciampa needs to get rid of the Miz and they need to bring Gargano back.
Hey.
I would like to see Gargano.
I would like to see DIY.
I would like to see Gargano back, but with the way.
No, because now we're gonna bury my man's. And
no, that's your man's. You like Theory?
We're not doing it.
I can't fuck with him.
Why?
I like Theory.
I don't like him, man.
I don't think you don't like him because of how you.
I don't think it's
how you got presented.
Yeah, he was forced down our throats.
I don't think. Pause. I don't think he was. I don't think he was. He's gonna get buried with the way though, right? Because you bring back the way, now you got a reason to legitimately think, okay, he can cash in with this.
Yeah, because Gargano is coming back.
You got Gargano, you got
and then bring India from NXT. That's probably why Dexter sent the note and shit.
If we could get
because if we get Gargano,
Johnny,
we getting
if we could get the full version of the way,
yeah,
possibly, but
Gargano was the head of the way, so you would put the belt on Theory before Gargano.
Well, you would. That was his idea. Don't look at me.
Theory is over, bro.
Theory's over, and you look at it like this, right? They're all without jobs. Theory was the chosen one. Theoretically, you can be like, okay, well, Theory's the reason why they're all coming back now. Yep. Theory needs help.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago, he was getting jumped by the entire roster.
And then you can actually put Ciampa in the way because now we putting DIY back together. If Candice comes back because she was having a baby, and then you bring up Indy. Now we have another women's tag team, which we're gonna fucking need. Dexter Lumis, that's hired muscle because he ain't really gonna win nothing, but that's the big nigga to get niggas up off of Theory.
Dexter and JD's feud was
he could be U.S. champ,
and Theory is gonna be the top guy.
I can roll with that.
Is that why Dexter back? Now you got me thinking because he been fucking with AJ and shit.
Dexter got let go during the whole entire
I know that
money, but the Dexter Indy shit was Dexter and JD was some of the funniest shit on NXT for a while because they be out here trying to make dude cool, and that shit just wasn't working. Funny as shit, especially when they was Cowboys.
I feel like you should watch a little bit of it. Like I get it. Like it's the bright colors still be fucking with me too.
Hey,
I tried to watch it. I
watched
Carmelo Hayes is decent.
It's some gems over there. Like I fuck with Carmelo Hayes.
I watched the episode and it was way too many like childish innuendos for me, and it was like I get it. You know, we trying to bring back a TV 14, but it's like every other joke don't need to be balls and dick.
Big facts.
I don't even like the chant. I don't. I know they want to get behind him big.
His consistent booking though, like
Brian Breaker is actually not bad.
I fuck with Brian.
I hate his name, but I fuck.
I wish he would have been.
I wish he'd have been a Steiner.
I wish he would have been a Steiner.
And that might happen though under Triple H's watch.
He's gonna change the name.
He might get called up and be a Steiner.
Braun Steiner.
I mean, that's just like Solo though.
I was just gonna say I want him to come to the bloodline.
I'm thinking they playing seeds to bring him up
to the bloodline
because the comment that Roman made about the Intercontinental Championship looking good in the bloodline. I knew it wouldn't be Sammy.
But it's gonna be hard to get that belt off of the way they got Gunther booked. Like who gonna really beat him?
But that's why Sheamus is a good person to take.
Oh, they gonna have a brawl. That match is gonna be amazing because it's gonna be hard hitting as fuck.
That's why if Sheamus takes the belt off of Walter, I can live with that. And because Sheamus could do an open challenge, and then that's when Solo takes advantage of the fact he just got hurt.
But so you really think he gonna beat him? I don't think that belt's coming off
Sheamus
Gunther.
I just think it's gonna be a good match.
But I don't after that motherfucker.
I think Sheamus can beat. I think Sheamus will beat him. And the reason why I think that is they've been pushing the narrative that this is the only belt he never had
to be a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah,
I still don't think he's gonna do it.
They pushing it like crazy.
Gunther finna
beat his ass. Hey, let's go through the card. Let's go through the card to get predictions.
That's just it, dog. Sheamus. I don't think so because Sheamus ain't no punk bitch.
He ain't, but he
that's why I don't
Sheamus still lost the worst. Gunther is finna beat his ass. He gonna drop kick the fuck out of him.
That was Sheamus under the VKM.
But I feel like they gotta make Sheamus. They gotta make Gunther unstoppable damn near. And they talking about how to
that belt at all.
I can maybe I can see this becoming a feud, and maybe he drop it to him at the Rumble or something like that on a bigger stage. He can't lose it right now.
Bring out Butch and
I forget, dog.
Gunther won't lose.
The nigga who broke Big E neck. That's what I call him.
Ridge.
Gunther won't lose.
You bring out Butch and Ridge and have him interfere.
We finna go on this journey with Triple H to start making shit relevant.
It's still 3-on-2.
Is there anyone missing?
Who? From
Imperium.
Yeah, he's in NXT being the fashion nigga. That's Giovanni
Vinci.
Yeah.
He had a dope match with Carmelo. I did watch that the other night.
That match
I watched that the other day.
You know, NXT got some people down there that just needs a little bit more shine on them. Because I fuck with the Diamond Mine.
Oh, the Creed brothers are top-notch tag team.
I fucked with the Diamond Mine.
I don't see how niggas.
Oh, what is the old girl name in charge of the Diamond Mine?
Is that Ivy now?
She was working the shit out of Mandy Rose last week.
I don't see how niggas don't fuck with. It's some things about NXT. Like,
it's the light. It's too bright.
I don't like it as a whole, but like it's some gems in there that I watch for.
It's too bright. You gotta turn the light down.
I'm gonna make it a point to start watching more.
Right, and that's like when just coming back to start potting about wrestling more. I have to make it a point to start watching AEW.
Just let you
because I feel like I tell too many
tried, dude.
AEW,
I can't stand the commentary. It's so
just
fucking dry. Yeah, it's so dry.
Because it's still old. They still do old school commentary.
But I just noticed like they phased Jim Ross out. He come and do like 1 or 2 matches
I'm
now.
glad.
I'm okay
because
with
if you
that.
pay attention,
yeah, I'm okay with that.
They're rotating different people. I think Jim is going to get moved over to Ring of Honor when they get their TV deal.
Or he's going to be, I'm just coming out for big matches.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing lately.
And I'm okay with that because he's a booker behind the scenes too. So he got other roles.
They still let Jim Ross.
And then you got to remember every time with all these stables in AEW, for some odd reason, somebody who represents each stable always sits at the table during their matches. So you'll have Regal that's at the table. You'll have Jericho that be at the table, also part of the commentary.
Yeah, he on Rampage. Jericho on Rampage. Ricky used to be on Rampage.
What'd you say?
Am I wrong? Because I want Chris Jericho to go away.
Why do you want him to go away?
I just want him to pick a gimmick and stick with it.
For it.
I like his shuffle card of
He
gimmicks.
be shuffling his gimmicks.
I like it.
Oh, you want the painkiller this week?
I like the random because it's like, bro.
You
That
want
means
Lionheart? You got
that means at some point
when he wrestled Moxley.
Yes.
And he cut all the facial hair and shit off.
Yes, and he snapped, bro.
Yeah, he was Lionheart. Then he was
going hard.
Painkiller when they had that barbed wire match.
That gives me hope that he'll come back as Y2J.
Yeah, he'll just keep flipping.
The Ayola Wakintola.
I feel like you be putting shit out in the universe, bro, and then that shit be happening. And every time I watch it, I be like, see, Doug said this stupid ass shit, and now it's going on.
But he really do be shuffling gimmicks like he's a different version of the Joker.
You know who I like a lot in AEW just because he don't give no fuck? Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston he don't give a fuck. I don't like you, and he be serious like
Eddie is the definition.
Wait, what do you say? I want to taste your bitch blood.
Eddie
I want to
Kingston
taste your bitch blood.
Is what
Right, make you look
Eddie
like
Kingston is what poor white looks like. Like,
not a fan.
But you know who my boy in AEW is?
Why?
Has been since day one. Will always be.
It's just
freshly squeezed.
Orange Cassidy. I like his new music, which was his indie music. I fuck with him even more.
Fresh Squeeze is always my boy.
Like Eddie?
I feel like Eddie will have room to I could get to the point
and
where
Eddie to put on some dope matches. Him and
Miro
Miro had an amazing match. Him and Jericho, I was there for both. Amazing
I think
matches.
Juan doesn't like Eddie because if you really
bangers.
Down to the core of it, Eddie doesn't really wrestle. He's
a brawler. And that's the point. That's his gimmick.
Right. And
I'm not knocking it. It just don't appeal to me. That's
he doesn't like a nigga who got on Walmart sweatpants and a wife beater.
That's not true, bro, because I cheer for Mick Foley. So I would never let you say that's why I don't. I fucked with Mankind.
He really be having on the starter shorts and a beater. Out here fighting.
Eddie Kingston, I will say, is a decent promo.
He don't give a fuck. And when he say he don't really like people, he don't be liking their ass. Like
that's why I like him and Moxley when they was teaming up for a while.
I definitely don't fuck.
You don't like Moxley, bro?
I don't find Moxley to be entertaining, but I never really have. So
he was entertaining on Wednesday.
I see that more and more now. People saying that find him entertaining, and I don't understand it.
Even when he was Dean Ambrose.
I definitely didn't fuck with him as Dean Ambrose.
And I think that's where he's stuck at.
Because you don't watch AEW, so how can you find him not entertaining?
So you didn't see the promo on Wednesday between him and Punk?
He hasn't seen.
Punk told him he was the third best member. He's the third best member in his group right now.
Highlights, okay? So
and he told him he was the third best member of the Shield.
And he told him he's the third best member of his group now.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that first and then said that's a common reoccurring thing.
But that's really not a lie.
Well, Daniel Bryan is one.
And
Claudio.
Do you think John Moxley is a better wrestler than Claudio?
Wrestler, no, but like we said, he's a brawler.
Now he's got a better personality than Claudio.
He's a brawler. He's a scrapper. He's gonna give you a hell of a match.
Willard done moved up in that group to be too. Willard done put on some dope matches.
So is he the fourth best member of his own group?
I was thinking I didn't want to say that out loud.
So now you look at me and say, well, why you don't like it? Well, nigga, it's evident.
We might get Daniel Garcia. He might be the fifth best person in that damn group.
That's what I'm saying. So now but Warren, you don't watch. Well, shit, nigga's evident.
I just said you don't watch it, so you don't see his current
top
work.
5 in his own group. Not even talking about William Regal was just a manager. He might be.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
But he's a fighting champion though.
Just
every week since he had that belt, he didn't put on. He didn't
put on some cold matches.
He didn't put on some bangers.
The one with what's
Asian dude?
Yeah.
Dog was going.
Yeah.
They was going to war.
I didn't understand this interim thing to begin with. It was easy to book. Have a tournament, win the title, Punk come back, lay him out.
Because
done.
I think to Punk didn't want to let the belt go.
Who gives a fuck what he want to do?
Didn't he just win it when he got hurt?
Yeah.
So he didn't have a chance to have a run with.
I mean, look what happened to Finn Balor. He got hurt, and then you got to go.
It was Tony Khan, dick riding.
Yeah, TK was the reason. Like, no,
and people were straight up justifying it. Like, oh, no, that didn't make any sense at all.
But it works, though. I like
it.
How does it work?
I get it, though.
I like the interim.
Because Punk never lost the title.
Right.
A lot of people never lost their belt.
You get interim champions in UFC.
That's true.
Nigga, this is wrestling.
But they've always said they want to be more sports based. From the moment that they brought AEW to TV, they've always said they want to be more sports based. That's why they have rankings that don't really fucking make sense. Yeah. But that's besides the point.
At the end of the day, this is wrestling, bro.
They need to go back to War Raiders.
This is a soap opera for men.
They're trying to evolve wrestling to how you consume it.
This is wrestling, bro. And that is where I start hating shit. Because it's like, we've seen it done. Just do it again. Because I hate when you take a logical situation and then you make it illogical.
But sometimes you gotta test the water.
An interim champion, like,
not
we can do without the word
sometimes
interim.
You gotta take.
Not every boat is gonna float, bro.
Right, you gotta try something, bro. Look at us.
We don't gotta try that.
Look at podcasting us. How many times have we done different shit even within this show here? And like the next week's like, all right, bro, that didn't work. Let's go over here. Even though podcasting has a universal blueprint.
Some shit gonna stick, some shit not.
Sometimes you gotta try it.
When the shit don't stick and we realize it didn't stick, guess what? We say, hey, Juan, that didn't work. You know what? They was like interim champion. We was like, nah, don't do that. It came out the next week. I'm still the interim champion.
But that just means you the belt until you can get back so we can have a clean fight to see who's the permanent champ. Punk is back. This is what we getting ready to have.
And then we're getting it on free TV.
Yeah.
CM Punk could go home.
Let me. Can I give because you said a lot of stuff he speak comes into existence. This Wednesday, CM Punk Moxley. That was supposed to be the main event for All Out. Yeah. They done moved it up now.
That means
which means MJF is coming.
MJF is coming back. They said after that promo it was supposed to be the summer of MJF. MJF, if he comes back in that match and it comes a triple threat match at All Out, I'm sorry, CM Punk.
He got to lose.
He's walking out with that belt. MJF is walking out in Chicago with that belt. The crowd was still cheering.
And he got to do the
CM Punk did to John Cena.
You got to give it to MJF for multiple reasons. One, he is the best, basically original talent.
He's one of the cornerstones.
Hands down.
One of the pillars.
He gives you good matches. He gives you great promos. You got to put him there, especially if you're trying to go up against Uncle Paulie. WWE now. You got to do it. You got to put it on somebody who's an original who we going to fuck with in the long term. Because he ain't going to go nowhere if you put the belt on him.
I will say.
We tired of Punk and we tired of Moxley in the long run.
We're going to start looking at these tickets because we going for real because I'm ready now.
Just let me know, bro. Just let me know how much.
That's Labor Day weekend.
Let me know how much money we spent.
Hey, cover me and I got you on the next payday.
How do you know I have?
Because you and Jazz got money, fam.
Money for who?
Bro, all you gotta do is skip one shoe. Skip one shoe.
He just says just skip one shoe.
Other niggas count your pockets.
Skip one shoe.
He just says skip one shoe. You got it.
Skip one shoe.
I did. I skipped 2 last week.
Skip one shoe, bro. You
cheapest tickets for all 3 shows is $135.
See, you got that. I just paid bills.
That's times 2.
No,
I just got paid bills. You good?
Oh yeah, times 2 for you.
Right, that would be times 2. So how much would that be times 2?
That's $270. That's fine. That's a
a
pair of Jordans plus a pair of shirt that go with the shoes.
Right, one shoe,
how you know I don't want that Jordan? that shit better not drop on the day I want to.
He ain't worth missing them.
How you getting down there without me, bro?
That's for all 3. That's for all 3 days.
I'm not. First of all, why are we going all 3?
Because the tickets just to All Out is like $700.
Makes sense.
They are.
What the?
So you get that Wednesday. We would have to hit it up there Wednesday for Dynamite. Friday for Rampage.
They all sold out. So now it's
It's only got the package left.
Yeah, and they jacked them platinum package tickets up.
So what we doing? Is we going for real? Because I got money put to the side right now. It's rainy day for
we going.
We got okay.
We going one way or another. Hook a crook.
All right.
Can we go to Rumble too in San Antonio?
Can't make that promise.
Okay.
hey, before you move on about Montez Ford, because I was thinking about something when he said Edge and Christian. I don't think that's a good comparison because nobody really gave a damn about Christian.
I fucked with Captain Charisma.
To a degree.
I didn't fuck with Christian until he went to TNA and got his shit off.
Right.
When he went to TNA, I was like, okay.
I was part of the
peak.
I was definitely a peak.
But
I feel like Christian got fucked over by Vince because Vince never wanted Christian.
Bro, he wanted to put a blue dot on my nigga face.
I feel like that could be more of a breakup of like Matt and Jeff Hardy. Yeah. When Matt became like version 1, we actually was kind of like, all right, kind of, because he was doing all that silly shit. He had the fun facts. Yeah. You can't say you weren't paying no attention. He had Shannon Moore with him.
Matt doesn't like mustard.
I mean, I'll give that to you because we actually for a long time really did care more about Matt.
That's what I'm saying.
And it wasn't until they got back together and they were broken that they really.
Yeah, that was nuts.
The broken shit was unheard of.
Outside of version 1,
see, the thing about it is because you didn't broken.
Hey, when Matt was beating Edge ass, I bet you cared about him then.
did. Not really.
Edge had that coming. He fucked his
He
bitch.
did.
Hey, honestly, I would have fucked Vince up too. It's like, bro, you gonna make this a storyline?
Right.
Like,
I wouldn't have. You
I'm
know
hurting
what?
in real life.
I wouldn't have been mad.
And you gonna make fun of my shit.
At least
I gotta come to work and do this shit.
At least can I get some wins out of it?
He taking L's.
Yeah, we know Vince got a
I
success.
gotta watch them have a live sex celebration.
He got one win.
I'm just saying, Vince, as soon as you go to have that conversation, he in there with a whole pile of money. Like, you don't get your broke ass off my face.
He beat Edge at Unforgiven in the cage match.
Hey, but you know Vince ain't got respect for niggas when they let that slide, because look what he did to Chris Candido, and then look what he did
you gotta no sell when niggas really fucking your bitch.
Yeah,
you gotta no sell it, because when Chris Candido came out, it was like, yeah, all right.
Wasn't Mark Merrow with Sable when Brock took her and fucked her? And
then didn't Batista slide on somebody girl too?
Johnny
Vince don't respect. Vince paying $19 million for pussy. You think if a nigga won't give somebody a blackout or fucking they bitch, Vince like, okay, go ahead and take this L on TV.
On TV.
Fam.
I don't give a fuck.
His franchise guy was fucking Sonny. What was he gonna do to Sean?
Nothing.
Sean wasn't getting in no. Sean was popping pills and fucking niggas bitches.
Can I please ask y'all who is y'all GOAT?
We've had this conversation before. We actually did a whole list of this shit. We definitely did a list. What was it? Stone Cold or was it Shawn Michaels?
My GOAT is Shawn Michaels.
I think Sean. It came.
Mine
down.
is Sean.
It came down to Austin and Sean.
I think the top three was like
my Sean is my GOAT.
Sean, Austin, and Hogan. Somehow Hogan made top three. I blame Tori.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about Hulk Hogan? Like,
it was the bracket he was in.
I get it that people hate Hulk Hogan for just racism shit, which is understandable. You don't have to like him.
As a father, Hulk Hogan didn't say nothing I wouldn't say. I want my daughter, they no broke nigga neither.
But
fair. Hey, you got daughters. Fair. I got a daughter.
Yeah. Too. I will say that is facts. that is facts.
But you white said that's the biggest problem.
You do not have the proper
the past
complexion
to say that, right?
Your melanin meter is mad low.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's keep it a buck.
Only Hogan I fuck with is Hollywood.
Has enough strength.
I agree with that too.
Up until that was said publicly, Hogan was allowed at the cook-off because his Jordan game was on point. He definitely fucked with major hip hop. He had trill niggas he kicked it with. Don't forget he was cool with the whole No Limit Soldier.
That still don't give you a right to say nigga.
I didn't say
even though Vince said it on TV, what's up, my nigga? And I was like, oh.
I ain't gonna even lie. I mean, Randy
even Booker T said, I'm coming for you niggas. So when a white person get called a nigga, they feel like they've inducted.
Right, because like low key.
So you blaming this on
really
Booker T?
Booker T.
So
he could have had Booker T hauled the fuck about at WCW.
Right.
Calling me a nigga on pay-per-view.
But I watched that at least once a week. When he said it, he put his head down. Like,
he was so
he
mad.
knew
he just gave him a pass.
He was like,
he knew, like, he knew his career was in the toilet. He was like, after this, he was like,
did Stevie even notice? Or was he still looking at the camera?
I don't think Stevie knew what the hell was going on.
We ain't even gonna be on Nitro tomorrow.
Stevie was waiting for his part.
Right.
That's it.
I'm like, this is how he talk all the time.
Right. He knew what the last word was gonna be before he jumped in.
He said, I'm coming for you.
And that wasn't it.
See, when he was like, Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you. And like,
Stevie just hopped right in after he coming for you.
He was supposed to be like,
and he realized he said nigga until they got home.
Because that's what we do. Like, we
finna get fired because of you.
Fam, I done said nigga so many times and at work in front of white people.
As
I gotta
much
catch
as
myself.
we hate Hulk Hogan, like, we cannot have wrestling without them.
We can't have this version of wrestling without him.
We don't get to this version of wrestling if we don't even have Hulk Hogan.
That's what I'm saying. We don't get this version. We still would have been territorial.
Man, could you imagine what wrestling would have really been had Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon not linked up and collabed?
Territorial wrestling where folks.
Do you know who was the champion before they put the belt on the Iron Sheik?
Bob Backlund.
My point, fucking exactly.
He was a man's man.
Like, wrestling would have really been
don't
patterned.
fuck with Chicken Wing Bob, man.
Right. Wrestling would have really been patterned after
when
Bob
he was fucking
Backlund.
Bret Hart up.
Could you imagine wrestling being patterned after fucking Bob Backlund?
Actually, if you pay attention, Ring of Honor is patterned after Bob Backlund.
I say a lot of wrestlers still have that old school.
Yeah. You take away the sports entertainment aside. I did. I used to watch it. A lot of wrestling, when you think about it, Impact TNA was like that before Hogan and them walked in and fucked with it. You still had all that. You just had a little commentary before and after the matches. AEW is technically that way, a little wild at times where niggas just be nigging, but still the same thing.
I'm not fucking with Bob Backlund being the face of professional wrestling.
But see, we didn't get that till later.
Yeah, we didn't get that
still,
till then.
I ain't fucking with Bob Backlund and the niggas wearing no knee pads.
You keep focusing on Bob Backlund, but you also have to remember that wrestling was the Harley Races, the Steamboats, the Ric Flair, the Macho Man. All of that wrestling was still going on during that time frame. So you still would have had some great people worth fucking with. You just would have had WWF champion would have been Bob Backlund.
And none of them niggas you just named even worked there.
But they were still holding it down in the NWF.
They
were still the niggas.
You still had territory.
So
which
would have been territorial.
Which, if you look at it now, that's how the indie. Yeah, that's why the indie scene
is still territorial.
So
NWA is still barely alive.
Again,
you said that Hulk Hogan helped mainstream wrestling,
right?
Because I did go see the him and Zeus movie when I was a little boy. My mom.
I mean, that's because him.
He was in Rocky 3.
Being a movie star, kind of.
He was like what? Bionic Commando.
I just feel like the
Mr.
charisma and the presence that Hulk Hogan put out there made it like.
He made talking.
I stopped liking him when
he
said nigga though. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was just like, no, you don't like black people, bro. That's what I started
looking at. I don't think he don't like black people.
He don't like broke black.
See, I never took it that way. Yes, I took it that way.
Nobody likes broke black people.
Hey,
he don't like them broke.
He don't like. So it just he don't like 80% of his fans.
He don't like broke.
He didn't say he didn't like him. He just didn't want him fucking with his daughter.
And
you make money. You're not broke.
Hey, if your daughter bring home some dude like, oh, he don't got no car and he don't got no job, you be like, what the fuck you doing with him?
Who was he producing for, man? Do you know?
Her.
Did you get paid for him?
Her. Oh, then he definitely should have been.
He was producing her shit.
Producer her.
You talking about Brooke Hogan?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you hear What About Us?
Yes, I did.
That shit was
horrible.
I'm not saying it was great, nigga. He had a job, motherfucker.
He was producing. No, he was
pushing cars, but it's still a job.
Only producing Brooke Hogan to have a reason to fuck in the studio.
Out of all the rappers that you could have called.
It was a lot.
When Paul Wall is the only person in your index that we can get a hold of,
ain't nothing wrong with Paul Wall.
I love Paul Wall.
We all do.
But did you call Paul Wall because he was white?
Probably.
Did you call Paul Wall because he was a rapper? Like what?
Probably.
What did you think Paul Wall was going to do for this record? Because whatever you thought he was going to do, he did not do.
He probably gave her a list of names.
Paul Wall showed up, was like, I got 16 bars, and you can come to the shop and get a grill. That's the most I could do for you. As far as you being out of here after this feature, I don't know.
Hey, man. Listen.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore wrestling?
My top 4.
Give me top 4,
Sean.
top 5.
Even though I wasn't a big fan of his, Brett.
As I get older, I notice a lot of people be like, I ain't fuck with Brett like that.
I didn't like Brett. I hated Brett.
Damn.
I hated.
Brett might have been the most boring generic wrestler I was a fan of.
But he was technically he was a monster. He was a surgeon in the ring.
He was the last of a dying breed of wrestling.
I've been a fan of Brett since he got that pop at 91 SummerSlam.
No, he wasn't. Owen was.
Oh yeah, hands down. His 97 though, like after that, I was good. I was a fan of his before, but his 97 was crazy.
My last 2. Ric Flair. Ric Flair on my list.
Now I can understand why people got smoked with Bret Hart after what he said about Ric Flair. But
now I'm seeing how older Ric Flair get. He snapping on people. He randomly snapped on Chris Jericho like a couple weeks back before his final match. He called him a knockoff Shawn Michaels, and he just went crazy.
Bro, old niggas be really
reckless, dog.
He ain't been fucking with Chris for a minute.
For a minute, like they had smoke.
Yeah. You should hear how you feel about Shane Douglas.
Oh, and he's bagging groceries.
How you feel about Shane Douglas?
Man, fuck Shane Douglas.
All right,
you ain't got no reason to be mad at Shane Douglas.
I got one last person. My last person.
Bret Hart hates Ric Flair though.
I don't care.
Probably the one who talked.
I probably would put Eddie Guerrero on my last.
Yeah.
Your Mount
Eddie was slept on.
You got one? You know, you new here.
I'm new too.
Right, that's why I made him go first.
I'm gonna go Flair.
Okay.
Hogan.
You're not wrong.
Austin.
Not wrong.
I gotta go Taker.
That's
I feel like Taker changed what a big man is supposed to be. Because all we knew before was like Andre and Haystacks and.
You see, I put Andre on before I would put Hogan on. Because Andre is the reason why.
Who is y'all for?
Andre's the reason why wrestling is even where the fuck it was, period.
I just feel like when a cat
he was
come out on TV.
Of wrestling. He was busting everything down, too.
I don't disagree, but I feel like when a man can come on TV and be like, well, let me tell you something, brother. And then that's it. Yeah, it doesn't matter what he said after that.
The thing about it is the reason why I'll put Andre over Hogan is before there was a TV deal for any wrestling, if they seen Andre was on the list, whoever territory bro was in, you're guaranteed to quadruple your ticket sales. He literally would go from territory to territory and make cash money, literally. There would be no reason for Hogan to even get over if Andre wasn't that dude. That WrestleMania 3 match would never have even mattered.
That's fair.
If Andre wasn't as big as he was.
Let me ask you a question. Because I think I asked you this the other day.
Piper is the man.
I love Piper.
Okay.
Like, why?
Hogan wouldn't be Hogan if it wasn't for Piper.
But let me ask you about Andre, and let me ask you about Taker, and then Brock and Roman. I'm gonna tie it all together. So is Taker really this generation's Andre?
Yes.
I was gonna say because when Hogan beat Andre, that was like unheard of.
Right.
And then Warrior really got his rub. It wasn't because he beat Hogan, it's because he beat Andre. Then he was able to beat Hogan.
Makes sense.
It makes sense, but let's all be honest. WrestleMania 3 Andre was a dilapidated shell.
I agree with that, but you still.
But statistically,
by the time Roman got Taker,
right,
he was a shell of himself.
Right, and Brock beat him. He was a shell of himself then too, but Brock was believable. Yeah, it was more impactful. And then later on, we see Roman do the same thing.
Right. I would say I've always said that Taker is the Andre of this world because, like you said, he defined what a big man was, but more importantly, he defined how you control your own narrative. Because the Undertaker gimmick up until American Badass was the same gimmick, just evolved. He evolved it every single time, that it was never a stale gimmick. So no matter what gimmick you're given in wrestling, he's a prime example of how you can take the same gimmick. Like, let's just be honest with you. Dog gimmick is just a nigga who buries bodies at night. Okay? He came into wrestling, he beat niggas, he throw him in the body bag, he rolled the fuck about. I used to be scared of
I was going to say, I was scared.
Hey. The fuck about. That was his whole thing. He took his first big L. He didn't just lose. No. He transcended literally.
Yeah, he died. Right. He died and went to heaven.
Right, went to Undertaker heaven.
Literally. He's had majority of some of the craziest matches in wrestling has been because of him. Buried alive matches, casket matches, Hell in the Cells matches, Inferno matches. Like, all because of him. His character has turned.
The Ministry of Darkness.
Right. Then let's just simple fact that they woke up one day and was like, hey, you 12-0 at WrestleMania. Let's run with this. So now, not only did his character become a thing that was a phenom, his streak became a thing. So now, your career does not get defined unless you have a match with Taker. So first, you got to wrestle Kane to see if you're worth to even being here. Then you got to wrestle Taker to see if we can even fuck with you before you even move to the belt.
And I think we have Mick Foley to thank for all of that.
Oh, Mick Foley is the guy that no one wants to give credit for.
Yeah. If Mick Foley does not have a feud with The Undertaker in 1996, that shit going to die soon.
If Mick Foley don't tell Undertaker to throw him off the top of that cage.
I mean, even before that, like when Mick Foley got there in '96, bro. I feel like he revived Taker's career because that shit looked like it was.
Hey, that was the first time he looked vulnerable. It was besides with Yoko.
Decline. He was out here wrestling nobodies.
But at the end of the day, I always feel that Taker is this. Even the way his presence was in the back room, nobody had a presence in the locker room like Taker did. Because if bro walked in, it's whatever dog say you shut the fuck up and you do it.
Because if I'm one of your top guys and I show up to work and I look at the booking sheet and that shit say King Kong Bundy, fuck you, I'm going home.
But at the time,
not wrestling fucking King Kong Bundy.
But at the time, King Kong Bundy was one of the dudes.
Yeah.
In '95, fuck no. 85 maybe.
Still one of the dudes, bro.
What dude was he, Tom?
I mean, he may not be one of you may have liked, but he was still he was an elder in the game. What Taker eventually became, believe it or not, Bundy was there too.
So, again, if I show up to work and King Kong Bundy is on the booking sheet in 1995. Suck my dick, I'm out.
So not even $1 million corporation on King Kong Bundy?
Hell no. I done took IRS over that nigga, bro. Give me comma. Man. Give me comma, bro. Tatanka. Somebody who can bump.
Come on now.
Would you rather wrestle King Kong Bundy or Tatanka? If you want to have a good match. Bro, he beat my man with a body slam.
You got to forget.
Couldn't get him.
Or a clothesline. Something wild.
You would rather fight Tatanka, though? 95 Tatanka?
Tatanka would have took that tombstone. Tatanka would have took my finish. Made me look strong.
Juan on bullshit.
This disrespectful.
You in that cap.
You know why I know he on bullshit? Because if you on the roster, you going to do exactly what your boss tell you to do.
Right.
I'm Undertaker, though. I don't have to.
You still gonna do?
I could have went to WCW with the rest of the niggas.
Well, you do understand that Undertaker was one of the few people who could actually pick and choose who he was gonna feud with, right? So
that wasn't always the case.
King Kong was probably one of his boys.
Because when he was screaming for Yoko, they gave him Giant Gonzalez.
He didn't have the clout then.
he was like, let me work with Yoko. It was like, cool, we'll get to that. But this 7'3" nigga, all yours.
Like,
because they brought him in with the simple fact to have to fight another big man.
They was like, no, we're going to give you your clone. We found an Undertaker clone. And
bro, Undertaker versus... I'm so glad we don't get no more of them kind of matches in wrestling.
Undertaker versus Undertaker.
That's because that was cocaine.
Although, if they was finna do Fiend versus Fiend and have Bo Dallas be the other Fiend, I was here for it.
That would have been dope.
I was here for it.
Dude said he could see Ezekiel versus Damian Sandow.
They was getting ready to do Kane versus Kane. Until Kane
whooped
his ass and threw him out the door.
That was terrible, though.
We talking about Vince, bro.
I was gonna say, how shitty. You remember when he had the fake Razor Ramon and the fake Diesel when he got
one of them was Kane.
Yeah, that was just being petty.
That nigga was petty, bro.
He was like,
y'all want to leave?
I still own these names. I got y'all.
Hey, you can't laugh though. When he had the fake Hogan and the fake Macho at the boardroom table with Ted.
That shit with Ted Turner. That shit
was funny, bro.
That shit was hilarious.
That was funny, dog. But anyway,
Tone,
your Mount Rushmore.
My Mount Rushmore is old as fuck that I don't even remember who's on it anymore.
Bob Backlund?
Nah, it wasn't never Bob. It was old.
Arnold Skolin.
So HBK wasn't on it?
I think HBK was. It was HBK, Austin, Andre, and Piper.
Okay.
So
I don't like Hogan.
Yeah.
Like everybody
he wasn't on mine either.
Hogan is like he's important, but he's important, but the other people made you.
I know a lot of people
HBK,
that don't view Undertaker
Austin,
as a top 10 wrestler.
and Eddie.
See Eddie on his too.
And the only reason why Taker's not on mine is because I put Andre.
Doug also likes Jeff Hardy.
I definitely like Jeff
Somebody
Hardy.
said Junkyard Dog.
I'm not even finna respond.
Who the fuck said Junkyard Dog?
My nigga Darius. I mean, he was
I fuck with Jay,
to the black community.
I fuck with JYD.
JYD.
They always had token black niggas. Coco Beware.
Right. JYD.
So the Soul Patrol.
Rocky Johnson wouldn't be here if it wasn't for token black niggas.
That ain't Samba Simba. That's Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas.
Forever be the funniest shit.
Yeah, Roddy Piper hilarious for that.
I love Piper, but Dog was a racist too, because ain't no fucking way in hell.
Yo, Andre a dick for that.
You gonna tell me?
Andre the Giant is a dick for that.
Nope, he did just.
But it was funny though.
Papa
Shango.
Huh?
Was it Papa Shango?
Justified.
What is with you and these niggas? He was better as a Godfather though.
He was definitely
absolutely.
As a
He was definitely great as a Godfather. That's why he still was the Godfather even when he came back.
Could they have that gimmick like with somebody else now? Since they going back to like TV 14 and shit, would you try to bring it back?
The pimp gimmick?
Like something like you. And who would you give it to?
Nah, because the closest.
Nah, you can't do it now.
You can't do it now because Me Too movement.
Wait, but you can though. You can. Hear me out.
I mean, can all my bitches be on OnlyFans?
That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. And instead of it being a man as a pimp, you got a woman pimp now.
Ooh.
You got to battle.
So, Sonya Deville?
Big Daddy Sonya.
Sonya Deville. I can see that.
Big Daddy.
We cannot book it.
And then Mandy come back to the main
I
roster.
Big Daddy
No,
Sonya,
you can. No, you are not pimping out Mandy.
If you give Sonya Deville Toxic Attraction, I'm with it.
On the real.
I'm with it.
She do the little thing like that.
Big come out with
Big
the
Daddy
suit.
Sonya.
Come on with the Big
can't-
Daddy Sonya. Come on.
Cannot give
I'm
her
with
toxic
it, bro.
attraction.
Like,
Y'all are
yes.
No, you use some of the new NXT, but you don't use toxic
Oh,
attraction.
with GT.
You see them yams?
Hey, we need to apply for writers. We need to.
It was jammed down.
We need to apply to be writers because that's creative work.
I've been saying this.
Something like that winning six man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dog. Cakes for days.
Cake for days.
So,
niggas, it was somebody's birthday.
It's only like 5 matches right now, but we got like 2 or 3 weeks to the pay-per-view.
Rhea got cakes too.
So, Rhea Ripley?
For sure.
I told you that, bro.
Oh,
you
man.
put Rhea pants on anybody on the game, they get cakes.
She caked up.
Look, fam, I need them to hurry up and just go ahead and turn Dominic. Make him join the Judgment Day.
That's another nigga I would like to add to the list of people that I hate.
I hate him too.
I don't
He's
hate
terrible.
him.
Daddy is the only reason.
I don't hate Dom. I hate because he's being forced on us.
I'm gonna say I feel like they didn't groom him organically.
They didn't group him at all. He has no personality, no nothing. You're just
he's
dad's
just a Mysterio.
Son. Yeah, you're just your dad.
He looked like he going in slow motion. Like I can't.
He needs a refresh.
I don't hate him for
treat him like a Subway
that he
sandwich.
got because it's wrestling, bro. It's always gonna be nepotism in this business.
I feel like he need to go full on heel, and then just
I don't like his
call on his true poppy.
Eddie.
Just be Eddie.
Eddie and Rita. I'm telling you,
Dominic Guerrero.
Just dog. If he come back as Dominic Guerrero,
that'd be Triple H. How can we apply to be writers? Triple H, because we coming up with some shit right now that'll
pull
make
up in
it
a low rider.
Have him be Dom G.
Nigga.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I fuck with.
I'm here for Dom G.
I can fuck with that.
You gotta make
the
him.
If not for nothing, I appreciate the gimmick because I hate his wrestling ability.
You gotta make him Rhea be his China.
He definitely moved.
And then when he turned to Dom G, they got to get Vicky out of her contract and have Vicky come.
No, not Vicky. He gonna go through the women roster.
Like Eddie did.
Like Toxic Attraction is gonna be one of his Bella twins. Cause you know the Bellas in the backstage was always clinging to whoever the champ was until they made them wrestle. You start off with Toxic Attraction, and every time, the new women champions, they be on Dom G's nuts.
All right. I see how that idea slowly went into the shit.
It don't work. It will work.
This how Vince McMahon be killing shit.
It's
3 people be at the table with a good idea, and he chime in and be like,
it'll work.
I don't like that shit.
I like what you said, but let's do it this way.
Right. And it be totally different.
Complete opposite.
I like
it.
Let's just add
so far, we only got 5 matches on the card. But
what we got?
It's like 2 weeks to the pay-per-view, so
yeah.
Shit gonna get added.
That week is gonna be insane.
So,
and that's the weekend of All Out.
That's the weekend of All Out. And they doing
so we would watch that Saturday, then we would all head out on Sunday.
And the NXT is doing a NXT Collide.
That Sunday too.
Yep, same time.
So NXT UK against them.
Word. Okay, that makes sense on
why
Tyler
was in the game.
That makes sense why Tyler Bate was here.
Yep.
Even though he gonna get his ass whooped.
Destroyed.
I don't know, man.
I mean, they're gonna have a good match because Braun can have like really good matches with smaller people. But he gonna toss Tyler Bate little ass around.
And it makes sense why the dudes came and attacked the Creeds and Diamond Mine and shit.
Gallus whooped their ass. But so we got you got my boy Drip God, Seth freaking Rollins, best wrestler in the game right now, versus Riddle.
Seth fucking Rollins,
MVP.
Yo, if they say that shit on TV, I'm gonna go crazy.
They're gonna one time. We just gotta get it one time.
Just give me Seth fucking Rollins.
Just one time.
Even if they do it in a promo.
Right.
I think with the build up, I'm sorry guys. I love Seth Rollins too. I think they're gonna get Riddle to win.
Yeah, it's a sympathy win at this
point.
point.
It's going to Riddle.
I mean, I think Seth Rollins is at that point where he's proving that even though he's losing,
Seth been beating shit out of him.
He won shit outside of he beat both the Street Profits.
Gee, Seth Rollins stomped a nigga.
I don't think he really won too many matches on the way to SummerSlam.
No, he didn't.
He didn't win shit.
He didn't run to
to
WrestleMania either.
Like he really been taking like significant L's.
And don't nobody even care.
Because Money in the Bank, that's when he lost to. No, that was Hell in a Cell.
Right, he lost to Cody.
He just been on us. He been on the street.
Cody.
Hey, but every match he loses still looks good.
He looked good.
He was losing on the way to Mania because you remember he didn't know who he was going to wrestle. He had nothing to do. They kept losing. Yeah. He really been losing since he lost to Roman at the Rumble.
That's his only win.
Now, it was disqualification. Roman was like, fuck this. I got to get him up out of here, man.
So,
Bro, Riddle got to win. He stomped a nigga dressed like a popsicle with white shoes on.
I fuck with the outfits that Seth be
Hey,
wearing.
he be dressing wild.
But
dog.
again,
Him and Becky both.
I really
Becky
don't
was out
know
here
how I
like a
would
Spice Girl.
feel with taking an ass whooping from a nigga who could, like, his jacket wasn't a jacket. It looked like almost a robe. He had no shirt on, and then he didn't have socks on. So you beat my ass, and you didn't have on no undergarment.
No, he got on no show.
Outfit on.
Dog, at some
He wear no soul shot.
he jumped the barrier at SummerSlam, caught the nigga out. The nigga came out and stumped the shit out of him.
And went home. Like,
Right.
he danced up the aisle on him. Like,
I don't know.
like, oh, you thought this was sweet?
I'm sitting in the crowd with my kids like, damn.
I don't know what drugs Seth be on, but it be the finest of whatever it is.
So y'all got Riddle taking
Riddle.
over?
Yeah.
Sadly, we got Riddle.
Riddle.
All right, so then we got the charity case, Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler.
It's got to be Shayna.
I want the
Yeah.
Queen of Spades to win so
think
bad.
Shayna will.
I
Because
feel
her
like Liv gonna win it, but it should be Shayna.
Queen
that
of
arm
Spades.
that arm should play a factor, bro.
for good booking, her and Ronda would be money because they was in they 4 horsewomen, and I think them
Right.
beefing would. And what Ronda tell her, you used to be a killer.
I think that's WrestleMania. Honestly, I think that's Mania.
They've been saying her and Becky at Mania. Finally give us the blow off match with just them 1-on-1.
Nah,
Yeah, I can see-
You
I
think
can
Becky
see-
would be back in time?
I could see Shayna and Ronda being like a duo.
I
They
thought
would
about
be a
that too.
nasty ass tag team.
Man,
Ooh, they
who
would
would
get
beat
the
them?
belt. They would get the belt.
I might do that on 2K when I get to the crib. That's a
might
tag
have to
team
play
I
it
never
I
thought
try.
about.
It keeps crashing, bro. Some odd reason.
I might have to play it.
I don't know who
tonight,
would
too.
beat them.
And nobody would beat them.
Yeah,
Nobody.
Nobody.
No.
Nobody
Nobody.
beat them.
They running through bitches for at least 6 to 8 months.
Bro,
It's gonna-
got
it's
to.
They the
gonna-
Usos.
It's gonna be,
They the-
it's gonna be
Right.
an injury that's gonna make them lose the belt. Somebody's
Like,
gonna get injured, and that's how
The
they
only
lose the
people
belt.
that I can really see fucking with them are not even an active tag team. And nobody probably would care to see it. But I would pay to see Ronda and Shayna versus Natty and Beth. Divas of Doom versus them two.
Why? Because Natty gonna stink up the joint,
No.
figuratively and literally.
They too old
It's
now.
1, 2, 3 that are really good wrestlers. It's the 4th motherfucker who really not that good, which is Ronda.
Yeah, you right.
I think Ronda's good enough for what.
For what she does, she's
Yeah.
definitely good enough for what she does.
But is she like an amazing wrestler? Absolutely not.
No, well, she's not giving.
But
you
she's
know,
good enough to be believable in the ring. And you gotta put
Ronda's
up-
like John
you
Cena.
gotta fix the shorts.
Like John Cena was always good enough.
I
for what
hate
he
her
did,
walk to the ring, though.
But if you gave John Cena a motherfucker who could actually wrestle,
Him and AJ Styles
You'll
put
get
on
a
one of
great
the
match out
best
of John.
matches ever at that Rumble.
Just like well, Ronda, her best matches come from women that are bigger than her.
True.
Like
So-
her versus Nia,
Yeah.
that shit was golden. Because it looks so dope with her moves that she's doing on Nia because Nia is bigger. But when she's wrestling somebody her size, it looks sloppy.
Didn't Shayna stomp out Nia's arm?
It's when she turned on her, and then she got fired after that.
Yep.
Like she was on the way out the door anyway.
All right. So
hurting
what's
people.
next showing here?
Showing Randy
We ain't got no
Orton.
tag match yet, but I think the Usos still on the no travel list.
I think so too.
We do got a 6-woman tag match. We got Damage Control because I think that's what they finna start calling them, the Bailey group.
Yeah.
Which I can fuck with that now. Somebody took time and thought of that. And then it'll be I saw somebody else over there. Bianca, Alexa, and Asuka. That's the 6-woman.
I think you gotta
Damage
give damage
control.
control
Damage
a
control
win.
gotta win.
Yeah, they gotta win.
They too
First match.
fresh. They too green. You gotta.
I don't think
go.
Bianca takes the pinfall.
Oh, no,
but
she
they
don't.
definitely-
No. Because the other three, you just stick them
Ooh,
together.
who would
Like,
it be though? Alexa or Asuka?
Alexa.
I want Asuka to take it.
Probably
It's
Asuka.
probably gonna be Alexa.
Alexa. I don't think Asuka takes the pin either. I think Alexa.
She been taking pins lately, bro.
that's why you got to give it to Alexa.
That's why you give it to Alexa.
Which Alexa are we getting? Are we getting normal or are we getting creepy one?
We getting
She-
Bring
been-
Bray back and Bray
she
get his
been-
bitch back.
She been flipping back and she
we in between.
she was in
We in
therapy.
between.
And
She
still
like
doing
she
crazy
like normal,
shit.
but
Yeah, she still come to the ring with the doll, but she'll
Lily's
do-
still around.
Yeah,
Like she kind of gives me Finn Balor vibes right now. Like
I
I'm
would
normal,
like for her
but
to
the
go
demon
back
can
to
show
her
up.
old music. Can we get the goddess back? Like I really want goddess Alexa Bliss.
I want Bray to come get his
Little
bitch
biscuit
back.
butt.
You want Bray to come get his bitch back?
You can come get his bitch back.
I
Man.
wouldn't mind if you gave
Bro.
Bray a whole new Wyatt family.
I would want.
I
that's
wouldn't
why
mind.
I
Who would
wanted
you
And
put in
respect
it?
to Luke,
Who
you
would-
can't give him a new
Might
Wyatt
say-
family.
I mean, you damn near was building the Wyatt, another one in the background anyway. You have
I
fucking.
mean,
who will be
you,
his new
you can't
one?
replace
That's
Luke.
who you
Would
put
you
in
bring
it.
Braun back with him?
Yeah, Braun.
That's the only way I'm accepting Braun Strowman coming back.
Braun comes back with.
And then I think Rowan is somewhere just doing independence. He not signed.
He was just on AEW the other week. He with him and Danhausen was Peterhausen.
Fuck with
yeah, he's with Danhausen. Funny as fuck.
I fuck with Danhausen.
Is that the magic nigga?
Yeah,
the little vampire looking.
He's funny as a
motherfucker.
He be showing up, fucking with people.
Just cursing motherfuckers randomly.
Dog came from the back, was fucking with the best friends for no reason.
On the real.
All right, what else is here? Oh, we got Gunther versus Sheamus.
I feel like that's gonna be the match of the night, bro. All bullshit aside.
But Gunther gonna win. That's gonna be hard hitting as fuck.
Yeah,
like I believe with my chest beat the fuck in because they gonna fuck each other up.
I feel like that. You think that'll be one of Gunther's best matches? Because he got a classic with Pete Dunne in NXT New York.
I feel like Gunther can be this generation's Sheamus.
I think
so. You have to let him continue to build.
Sheamus?
Yeah.
I think that'll be his best main roster run. His best main
I think this will be the match that gets him the respect on the main roster.
That's what I'm saying.
Because anybody who likes Walter is because they've seen his UK shit. But you got to remember, most people on the main roster didn't really watch like NXT like that to know in the UK.
I'm gonna say especially NXT UK.
Right, so they didn't know because I
knew about him. I got introduced to him.
I never seen Tony
WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans, so I knew about him. Indy.
I saw all of 2 NXT UK shows, and I'm happy to be the takeovers.
Yeah, that one where him and what's his name went
you
to
watched
fucking
more
war
than
when
me.
he lost.
He said what?
You watched more UK than me.
I mean, because it'd be one of them things that, like, for one, it's not on regular TV. It's on the network. And then that shit come on like an odd-ass day. And then because they was in, like, I think they finna cancel that shit altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changing it to Europe next year.
Yeah, they're consolidating it.
To NXT Europe.
Yeah.
And they released, like, 12 motherfuckers the other day.
Yeah.
They should fire everybody.
Look, here this guy go. Just fire them all.
Yeah, just fire. Like, why we can't just have one NXT?
Why I can't take him nowhere?
He said that's why you can't take him.
Why we can't just have one NXT?
Because the amount of visas and travel and booking and all that, bro, it's a lot, bro.
Now, before we get to the 5th confirmed match, which we should know where everybody should go with that one, I think they will add like a mixed tag. I think it'll be like Finn and Rhea against I think Beth Phoenix gonna come back on Monday in Toronto where Edge go against. I think they need to do something with Rhea. Rhea ain't been doing nothing that's but whooping niggas' ass.
Unless it's Trish.
Unless it's Trish.
Because Trish is gonna be there
in Toronto too. Yeah.
Trish is gonna be.
She's been whooping Dom's ass lately.
So it might be if around it be Damian and Rhea versus.
No one understands that.
Damian and Rhea versus Trish and Edge.
I would think Beth though, because it's his wife though. You know.
Yeah, but Trish is from.
Yeah, she's from Toronto.
She's from Toronto too.
Yeah, she been running around in house shows like this.
How about we just kill this shit out again?
You don't think it's gonna? I think it's gonna happen just because.
When they took Edge out of Judgment Day, I was like, this shit's over.
Vince took Edge out of Judgment Day
because he needed a face.
For whatever reason that they did it.
That and Edge, they wanted to go in a more supernatural route, and Edge wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, which was stupid.
Actually, I felt like they could have did that. If they would have did it correctly, they could have gone.
I mean, they did it with the Wyatts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's sports entertainment. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Right.
You can.
Like,
just
you know what
some
I mean?
people shouldn't do it.
Imagine you having to cut your hair.
He was a fucking vampire.
I'm not saying Edge shouldn't do it.
Like, he was a fucking vampire.
What I'm saying is if you would have left Edge in this group and now it's some...
And he been on some vampire shit since he came out at SummerSlam with the broom thing.
He was giving out blood baths and shit.
So you remember how at the start of the show, you was like, Hit Row ain't Hit Row without Swerve, right? Yeah. This shit ain't the shit without Edge.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, imagine you having to cut your hair for a gimmick and you think it's good, and then they like, hey, bro, we gonna take you up out this shit after you and cut your hair and everything.
But Vince probably like, so you came out with blood. Let's make this nigga over here float. No, I'm not doing that. Well, damn.
He probably was
you just
like
came
that.
through the floor.
How supernatural was
the float was too much,
right? Because I know Vince said some wild.
Let's get Edge the fuck up out of here. Let's bring in
Let's
Finn.
get Edge the fuck up out of here.
Let's bring in Finn. And then don't even make Finn a demon. It's like, bro, like.
Yeah, that's a miss right there. He got to be the demon.
They really don't use the demon as much as they should. And that shit
they said it's special occasion shit.
And then they lost. He lost trash to Roman.
Who lost trash to Roman?
Oh, Finn, yeah.
You know, it was the Phantom rope break.
But again, we'll see how this shit change with Triple H and Charles.
They never explained that.
Niggas, oh, you thought they was?
Yes.
Did you think that they was going to explain how that top rope broke?
Absolutely.
What logical explanation did you think Michael Cole would have had on Friday?
Hey, it was Jay.
He was out there, but he wasn't out there.
Jay snapped the rope.
He cut it before the match.
I'll say maybe he untied it before.
All the shit that they would have gave him.
Up the turnbuckle.
Right.
Some. You just can't do something that is that important in the match and not double back to it.
All right, so before we go, he asked me a question.
Are we gonna go over the main event?
Oh, do you want to? I mean,
do we need to?
It's Drew versus Roman.
Do we need to go?
I mean, I think Drew might got a shot if the Usos are on the no-fly list.
And I think Karrion Kross gonna cost him that.
Unless Solo show up.
Unless Sammy help cost him the match. He's not winning.
I think Sammy's gonna fuck over Drew because I do believe the Usos are not.
I love Bloodline Sammy.
You like Bloodline Sammy?
See the shirt he been rocking.
I'm gonna say he need to be in the background somewhere.
Like Paul Heyman on this side, him over there and shit.
Because he's an important part of the Bloodline.
I think KO and Sammy takes the tag titles off the Usos.
I kind of think so too.
Or at least one of them.
They said after SmackDown, KO came out.
He did. He
put Sammy over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say I think they might let Sheamus do it.
You mean Drew?
I'm sorry, Drew.
Drew do what?
They may have to let him do it.
Oh no!
But how do you explain him only winning one title?
Yeah, that's the messed up part, and they should have got to that before they got to that.
Undisputed
the same way we explain how that top rope broke.
We just don't.
Listen.
Well, if you notice, they've been like Roman has been having a title for X amount of days, not both. So they've been kind of already planting that seed a little bit.
Been playing
same thing they did with the Usos.
Universal champion for almost 2 years.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all this: if Roman lose, I would drink a whole fifth in front of y'all to record a Hennessy that Sunday before All Out. He's not fucking losing. It's not gonna happen. If they take the belt off him, I'm drinking a fifth of Hennessy in front of y'all.
Shout out to Hen Nation.
I would drink a whole fifth of Hennessy. That's how confident I am.
Roman has
not losing.
to lose.
He's got to lose at some
Drew
point.
is not that guy.
Who is?
If it's not Drew, then who? Who else on this roster?
We are going to see eventually, but Drew McIntyre is not.
I guarantee you, if it's not Drew, whoever beat Roman, we're not gonna give a fuck about.
I say Drew to me is the most believable option.
I think it might if he don't get the Rock at Mania, which the Rock not gonna win the belt.
Hear me out.
But they shouldn't even have the belt at that point.
Cody.
Hear me out. Let's say Theory cashes in, and Theory pins Drew, and they give him the Raw title because he pins Drew.
I can see that.
That could happen. That could happen.
Right? Because he's not pinning Roman, who's both champs. He's just pinning Drew.
That's a weird ass way to explain it, but I would accept that as an answer.
It's a lot better than not explaining the top rope breaking.
We still gonna let that go. Right?
We still don't know why.
Absolutely not.
We don't know
Absolutely
why.
not. Because that's the first time the Demon lost, and that's how we do it.
And he said he's still pissed off.
That was stupid.
That's his first main roster loss, but Joe beat him up already.
His first main roster loss.
Joe whooped his ass inside of a cage, and no rope broke.
Hey, is Joe coming back?
Joe?
Yeah.
He's in AEW.
I would rather.
But when it's done,
I would rather him not.
He's a TV champ.
Triple H built that man up to be a monster. Triple H will have him doing what the fuck he should have been doing.
Samoa Joe can't.
Samoa
stay
Joe
healthy.
has always.
Yeah,
he can't. Concussion prone.
That's my issue with Samoa Joe. He can't stay healthy. But any final words from you gentlemen about?
I look forward to going to All Out with you guys if you guys are serious. It's gonna be a good night.
We serious.
Yeah, we gonna go, bro.
America. With that being said, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Beyond the Ropes. I'd like to thank these gentlemen for coming through. This is not a one-time thing. We will probably do this at least the weekend before the pay-per-view.
I like it. I'm down.
I'm with one.
I always like talking wrestling.
Yeah, we miss you, bro. Shout out to the NWO podcast.
Thank you.
Podcast is just too sweet.
Too sweet.
It's just too sweet.
But, we're going to have Doug here, more often. We're not taking him from NWO. We're just going to borrow.
No, we're stealing right now.
We're borrowing
We're
him.
poaching.
We're borrowing.
No, I am
NWO for life.
I am not. Damn, who was that showed up on WCW?
You're Rick Rude.
I'm not Rick Rude.
Luger.
He did though.
Luger.
You Luger?
I was thinking of Luger, but I'm not
Luger.
Luger.
Why you don't want to be Rick Rude? He was on both shows at the same time.
Yeah.
One without a mustache and one with one.
That's wild.
That's big.
Hey, y'all been watching the biographies? Why he in the wheelchair?
He
Lex Luger?
Yeah, the spinal stroke.
Because karma catches
all them drugs cut up to him.
Look, you know what? In the show, he said karma catches up to you sometimes.
Hey, look, he
does.
He might have not killed Miss Elizabeth, but he
was responsible for it.
God kidney punched that nigga one good time, man.
I mean, hey,
squared it away.
I haven't forgiven him for that.
I definitely feel like he's the cause, but no.
Yeah, because in what world do you think Vicodin and vodka mixed?
I mean, she was tooting her nose long before she got with Lex. Let's be honest. Anytime you hanging out with nigga like Mach.
No, she was hanging out with Linda Hogan.
Be a man, Hogan.
She was hanging out with Hogan.
He dropped the disc
record. That's what Mach.
He kept calling him a coward. He was on his ass.
Right. That's really why Macho wanted to whoop Hogan.
Black leather.
He dropped the disc record. Be a man, Hogan.
Hey, that album was
terrible.
Listen, I listened to it.
Hey,
but he says he's gonna wash his mouth out with soap.
Macho Man walked so John Cena can run.
That John Cena album wasn't that bad. They had a couple of cuts on there.
It was.
It went platinum.
A couple of cuts on it.
Because we as wrestling fans bought that shit.
Hey,
because Chain Gang was a click.
He's the only wrestler to have been champion, have a platinum album, and a #1 selling movie.
He a Grand Slam champion.
And
he had a platinum album.
Rock ain't got them stats.
I don't know, dog.
Rock ain't got a platinum album.
Rock ain't got a platinum album.
The Rock did concerts in cities though on WWE TV. Sing along with The Rock.
Because he do got one song on one of them WWE tapes.
Yo, The Rock was rapping.
Don't tell me the one with Method Man because that was horrible.
That shit was awful.
Yeah, that was horrible too.
The newest track where he was rapping and he thought.
It's about goals. It's about hustle.
That shit was awful,
with Tech Nine.
As a hip hop artist myself, I was ashamed, dog. It was terrible, bro.
The one with
you can't keep
Dwayne Johnson had the hardest bars.
Hey.
What's my motherfucking name? Like, bro, The Rock asking people what's his motherfucking name.
He said, I appreciate it for what it was. Would you run it back?
No.
I acknowledge that he did it, but that's it.
Would you run it back? Respectfully, no.
Hey, if it was Rock from like 03, maybe that gets over. But now Rock that's bald-headed and got the show on Netflix and like.
Not Fast and the Furious Rock.
Nah.
Not 600-pound Rock with the.
Not Hobbs and Shaw.
No. I need the Hurricane and the Rock.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
03 Rock, I'm with it.
Yeah.
This was fun.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
Do it more often.
He's always been ready.
I harass him about wrestling all the time.
He hit me up at least once a month, like when the show, man. When the show.
Well, anytime we do Wrestling Bros, if I know wrestling on docket, you are always more than welcome.
I appreciate that.
Every WWE pay-per-view the weekend, we'll do a wrestling show.
Right. Let's do it.
That way we can make it more consistent.
I look forward to All Out though. I want to see him.
I want to get into more
give
shit.
AEW more respect.
Hey, because I'm telling you, bro.
Disrespect the product.
We never said you disrespected. You
have an experience like my first.
There's nothing
TNA
compared
experience.
to a AEW crowd.
Like
and
my
being
first
in the crowd. Like there's
my first true TNA experience was Bound for Glory, the one where Kevin Nash turned on Samoa Joe.
The AEW pay-per-views are amazing. I've been to All Out. I've been to shit in Minnesota. I drove to Minnesota.
AEW gotta give me that
Hangman
one person that's gonna make me do some shit for the shit.
MJF.
Like when I
tune in Wednesday.
We went to SmackDown, and I spent good money on these tickets for one person who didn't come out until the end of the show. And he didn't even fucking wrestle.
Who, Roman?
He stood there, put his finger in the air with both belts, said acknowledge.
So that's all you needed
that's
from
all
him.
I needed.
That's all you needed from him.
I didn't give a fuck what happened on
the new mayor was in the front row.
He threw the one up.
My thing is, like, I compare SmackDown to Dynamite, and the crowd at SmackDown just wasn't it for me. I felt like, at least from where I was, it wasn't. I didn't feel like we really appreciated what was going on that night.
We did.
We was mad.
We was happy to actually be back in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
That's all it was.
You talking about the last time they came here?
Yeah,
I think we expected more.
The weekend after it was
because it was right after. I think we expected more.
Friday after Mania.
Yeah, so I definitely expected a lot.
Gunther. Was that the first time we got Gunther on TV?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
But then we got Dynamite, the Go Home show before Forbidden Door, and that shit was cracking. Right. I lost my voice.
I'm going to experience an AEW show with my newfound friends.
And you gonna love it.
Dog, you gonna enjoy that shit so much.
Hopefully they don't turn me into an AEW fan.
They will. It's AEW. Look, as long as I got Orange Cassidy on the card, I'm happy.
Did you guys have fun?
It was dope.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's do it more often.
We should. Doug is our interim co-host. He works right now.
I was on camera and shit.
All right. So with that being said, we come to the end of this particular episode. All right.
You know how on Harlem Nights when they were shooting them guns and then he was yelling, Arsenio Hall was like, "Don't shoot that little shit no more." That's how they
Cracking.
All right. Mimi's in the building, so you know what that means on a Sunday night.
Time to do some hoe shit.
Time to do some hoe shit. So with that being said, make sure you check us out on all streaming platforms. That's Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Also, make sure you check us out the live as it. Nope, we're not replaying this one.
We hit the 2 hour mark.
2 hour mark, and we didn't even do the intro, so I ain't got shit to trim off.
All
right. Yeah. But watch us on YouTube. With that being said, Juan, give us our closing remarks.
Wrestling has been good. I'm glad that Triple H is back in charge, and it is what it is. We on a wait and see basis.
We're gonna see our way the fuck up out of here. Peace.
So just let me know when we get these tickets. I start this new job for the sheriff tomorrow, so I know they're going to be taking some of my weekends, but I'm going to let them know I got shit planned. So listen here.
Man, I'm off that Monday.
The jails, they saw it already. It's 24/7 down there. They don't get no fuck. Ain't no Labor Day. Them niggas still have the same.
I appreciate the invite, man.
No problem.
I'd like to come back through on the next one.